Man, what's going on, family? How y'all doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Y'all better get in here and enjoy yourself. Yes, indeed, on this here Friday with the sun shining and birds chirping and squirrels farting, everybody having a great time. Look here, look here, look here. It is indeed time for another Friday fave, baby. Uh-oh, hold on, let me turn myself down. Let me turn myself down. Y'all, I apologize. I got my little my eye watering. I done took one of them knockoff Zyrtec or something. I don't know if y'all familiar with the great state of Texas, baby, but we have pollen down here. And anytime you out in the yard, hell, you ain't even got to be outdoors. Sometimes it gets you, sometimes it don't. You know, some situations are a little worse than others, baby. But I'm here. I'm still standing. I'm still strong. And I'm super, super, super turned up this morning, man. Well, pardon, this afternoon, because we got a special, special, special guest coming through. I honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I cannot believe that this person here even graced me with their presence, as many others who have been Friday fave guests. Because at first, when I had reached out to them, they were really like, you know, trying to hit me for $37. And I was like, bruh, just, sis or whoever, because we don't know who it is. So I got for real, $37 for you to come up. Okay, I think about it, but I ain't come through. And then they emailed me back and were like, yeah, man, I guess because I just happened to have a little bit of time, uh, you know, on that particular day. You feel me? Uh, yeah. So, man, let me get to speaking to people and get this party started. So, you know, we ain't gotta keep our guests waiting too long. But let me start here before I even get to speaking to people. I see people coming in the chat. Look here, y'all. Carol the girl miniature. Carol the girl miniature is a whole mess. She is something else. I mean, that is she entertaining to say the least. I'll put it like that, man. If y'all didn't see Carol the girl miniature this morning, uh, go check her out, please and thank you. Tell her African Dreamer sent you over that way. So yeah, cause Carol's a lot. She's a lot with her miniature cooking goings on over there. Let me get over in this chat. My sister Unbiased LLC. What's up, family? Hashtag Purple Patch Crew. Hashtag Ashy Gang. What's going on? What's going on? Growing what I eat. Man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. For shizzle, as the young folks say. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm kind of, it's some stuff we kind of phasing out, but it's Friday, man. I feel good. I hope y'all feel good. I hope y'all anticipating having a beautiful, wonderful, super real, super trill weekend. So we're going to go and get my man growing what I eat right one time. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for support. However people choose to support the channel, however people choose to support African Dreaming is what we thanking y'all for over smell. Yes indeed, yes indeed, yes indeed. Baby ain't here, but as you can see, I still got my sweet pea chair right beside me. She here in spirit. So hey sweet pea. Who said? She said. She said, what's up, family? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you, Growing What I Eat. Thank you, She Said. Thank you, Unbiased LLC. My brother J3GS Farm. What's going on, family? I hope the wife is recouping and everything is going swimmingly over your way. Because we've been missing you out in the YT streets. You still there. You still there. So, it's good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. Hunting Wisdom. What's going on? Happy Friday to you as well. Yes. GG Natural Homestead. How you doing, GG? GG, you better get in here and enjoy yourself. You show better. And thank you for the broccoli tips because it is working, ma'am. It's working, GG. So shout out to GG. GG got a whole bunch of good tips. Matter of fact, I'm gonna I know I gotta go ahead and get through this chat so I can get to our guests, but I gotta give one more shout out to my sis Gigi, and I just happen to have it right here because I ain't took it out those yet. All these right here is what we save. These is coffee grinds. So when I be making my little compost and my little mixtures, yeah, I gonna throw that off in there, baby. I throw that off in there along with cut grass and all my other little victuals that I throw off in there. And Gigi did a video. I can't remember if it was over here or over on the TikTok machine. That's when you ain't said you just sharing information, man. Look here, you can hit your Starbucks or your local coffee shop, and if they showing love, and you might be able to come across one of them licks where you can pick up on yourself some free coffee grinds if you feel so inclined. If that's what you want, you feel me? If that's what you want to throw in your mixture. But shout out to Gigi. Bud Files, what's going on, Bud family? How y'all doing? Better get in here and enjoy yourself. AR Dizzle, thank you for being here, bro. Tapping in from the Bay with much respect. Happy Friday, man. Get a productive one. Yes and yes. Shout out. Let me get ARD right real quick. I'm gonna try to get back to doing this on Fridays. Especially putting that money in the chat. Thank you, young man. Thank you. And just for good measure, we're gonna make it a twofer. Ooh, look at Fred counting that bread. Yes, indeed. Look here. Let me get back over. Smell. All right, and get back up here. I don't even know where I left off. Oh, there we go. Adina, what's going on, Adina Collins? How you doing, my sister? Welcome in from. I saw something about DFW. Pollen is ridiculous here in DFW. It is the same outside of DFW. It's the same in East Texas, baby. All over these parts. So just get you a Zyrtec or something or Equate, whatever work. Yes. Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness. What's up, my brother? How you doing? Lisa Harris. Yeah, Dolores. What's going on, family? You know what, Gigi? Ain't nobody ask you nothing about Team April. April ain't even here. Why you can't just love me? Team Squirrel Hunter. So you know what, Gigi? Somebody got to do it. By the way, before I drop this link for my special Fridayfavz guest to come up, and if y'all know y'all ain't the guest, don't be hitting the link because the guest is the link is just for the guest. But I want to say that. What was I gonna say? Gigi made me forget. Squirrels. Look here, man. Sometimes YouTube play with you, but let me ask y'all three things, real quick, fast. One, if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, baby, go and take this finger right here or your pinky, touch your screen or however your device formatted and operate, and hit that thumbs up. Second thing, number two, umbili na Kiswahili. Share this live out, because it ain't about me. It ain't about After Dream. It ain't about us. It's about us, all of us, baby. And I want everybody who may or may not know this guest to get to know this Fridayfavz guest. Yes, indeed. And speaking of squirrel, you know, Gigi, it's a hard job, but somebody got to do it. Somebody, if I don't eat them, somebody will. You feel me? Know what I'm talking about? Let's see. Teagsy, what's going on? Training this afternoon. Everyone enjoy your day. Well, thank you, Teagsy, for taking the time to stop through. And there she is, the woman herself, Carol, the girl miniature. Carol, girl, I love you. Y'all go check out Carol, the girl miniature, live from this morning. And shout out to her support team, Official J Mill, and everybody else who was involved, all the people in the chat. It was a lot of fun, man. That's how you want to start your Friday mornings right there. For real. Odom's Homestead, what's going on, brother? Thank you for letting me come up last night and kick it with y'all a little bit. I appreciate you. Lisa Harris. Okay, I think we caught up. I think we caught up, y'all. So with that being said, I just got a few more things to drop, a few more tidbits of information. Family, if y'all didn't catch not only Odom's, but if you didn't catch uh vision preparedness last night, that was an amazing live that we will be. Damn, it feel like it's been longer now. It's only been 12 minutes. My goodness. We will definitely be revamping a conversation on that collectively. It's all about, I don't want to spill too much. I ain't gonna spill too much. So I want y'all to go back and rewatch that live if y'all get a chance. But y'all know I've had a lot of conversations over the years talking about AI. Basically, there's been a scrubbing process that's been going on since 2018, where this ain't this ain't your typical chat GPT. This ain't your typical AI learning the way it learns, right? This is taking, for all my content creators in here, everybody who are content creator, basically scrubbing all your videos, scrubbing all your content, doing everything, taking bits of information and collectively building damn near consciousness. Now, I can't keep nobody from doing nothing. Hell, I don't own a server. I don't even know how to do it. I do good to do what I do. I'll put it like that. But what I will say is you give them coin. That's what you gonna have to do. You gonna have to come on with them coin. You know what I'm saying? Take me to dinner or something. You know what I'm saying? Give me a gift card, a pressed ham sandwich, can of sardines or something, because you're not just gonna win like that. So anyway, y'all keep your ears and eyes open for that, and we're gonna have that conversation. Odom's Odom's talking to Carol. Y'all got to see that live, man, and you'll see why what Odom said makes sense. And I ain't even gonna talk about the liquor and the Erkin jerk and all the other. Just go watch Carol. Just go watch Carol. So with that being said, y'all, we 14, almost 15 minutes in. I am going to do this right here. I'm gonna drop this link for this week's Friday Fave guest. You better get over here. Hold on. Oh, I'll tell you. Oh, by the way, y'all, while I'm doing this, that reminded me of something. It ain't over. It ain't too late. I am still offering free classes on how to, and this is the key word for the naysayer. This is the key word: effectively send and receive emails for $37. If you got any questions, you want to sign up for my class, africandreaming@gmail.com. It's a free class. $37 is actually just fees that accrue. But other than that, the class is free. And I'm throwing in some little tidbits. I'm going to talk about this for probably another month because, better get it while it's getting good. So, how to effectively send and receive emails, how to check your spam folder as well. Once you sign up, I will send you a free 1,000-hour CD, so you can get your AOL on. So I'm just saying, just don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Just what I'm saying, make them move, baby. Make them move. Yes indeed, yes indeed. I think my guest is backstage already. Okay. What you said free? Nah, it's Thursday. No, Odoms, it is free. The $37 are administrative and other fees, but the class itself is actually free, is what I'm saying. So y'all just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's the cost of doing business, man. Cost of doing business. But without further ado, or don't. Hey, I'm glad I ain't bring my guests up yet. My guest dipped out on me. Plus, guess when you get back, I'm gonna need you to go on and you're gonna have to you're gonna have to do that Millie Rock for me. I kept saying Dougie, but you're gonna have to Millie Rock for me backstage before I can bring you up, you know. I'm just saying, I just put that out there. Dan H, I seen somebody speaking today. There he is. Dan H, what's going on, my brother? It's Saturday, made up in the 1840. You know, y'all, Dan H give me a lot of grief because I'm one of the oldest people in this here YouTube community, or at least in our little section or sector of the YouTube community. And you know, most people give me credit for trying to keep a young spirit and stay upbeat and up tempo and keep up with y'all young folk. But my brother Dan H, he always give me the blues for being as old as I am. And all I can say to you, sir, keep living. One of these days, when you reach my age, you're gonna be like, oh, this is what African Dreaming must have been talking about. This must be what he meant. Yeah, just keep on living, Dan H. Yeah. Well, while we wait for our guest to come back, I am going to remind y'all of something else, and I'm gonna play this right now. Get over here. Come here. All right. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the crawfish kickback. All roads lead to Brazos Bend State Park in Needville, Texas. This event will sell out, so get your tickets ASAP. Oh, and we almost forgot. There will be a domino and spades tournament. So on May 25th, 2024, get your game hands ready. Like that song says, let's have some fun. Also, there will be other dishes in the menu for those of you that don't eat crawfish, to be announced soon. Let's make this Memorial Day weekend one to remember.
It's fast approaching, family. The time is upon us. As Vision Preparedness would say, the time is now. So, speaking of which, Bug Out Weekend is, I think, 20 days away today. Today makes 20. I see you back there. I see you. I see you. So, Bug Out Weekend is 20 days away. Y'all make sure that y'all get ready to pack your bags, get ready for the cook-off. Get over there, check out Vision Preparedness. He's a moderator. He's in the chat. Brother, feel free to drop your link so people can connect with you if they still interested about or want to jump in. And as far as the crawfish kickback, y'all, the cutoff day to get your tickets is the 15th. The 15th is coming up. It's coming up quick. The reason we're doing that, family, is because we need to have an accurate guesstimation on how many people gonna be there, so we know how much crawfish to get. Cause what we gonna do with it after? You know what I'm saying? What are we gonna do? So we trying to make this as happy and humble and just an old country throw kickback for real fellowshipping event as we can possibly get. Come on, crawfish, spade tournament, domino tournament. Baby, you better go and get your tickets. You can still pay at the door, but it's going to be a little bit more. Ooh, bars. Hold on, let me clutch my pearls. Bars. Yeah. Big Rooster, what's up, West Coast OG? How you doing, family? Rooster, you better get in here and enjoy yourself. You sure better. All right. Now, I think I'm going to wait for my guests to just give me a thumbs up when they completely ready, because I'm excited, because we finna have a hell of a conversation. Okay, my guest ready, but I ain't see my guest Millie at all. I ain't gonna put you up, man. You just come. All right, you don't. Ah! Oh my God, y'all give it up for my guest, man. Hey, this is my guest. This is my guest. You know, they said they tried to hem me up for $37 in order to come, and I was like, I ain't really, I ain't got it. And they were like, hey, okay, I'll do it. Basically, what everybody else say, I'll do it for April then. I'll do it for April. So I was like, bet, I appreciate you. I ain't got $37 at the moment, but, whatever. So, hey, former Marshall, welcome in, bro. Boy, if my guests don't, I was just about to bring them up, too. I was just about to bring them up, and they dipped out on me. and had the nerve to chunk a deuce first. So now I don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm on. Kaka, where with the Eddie? In Kiswahili, that mean you good? You ready? Okay, okay. I'm gonna do them like how they do me real quick. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. See how that feel? You see how that feel? I'm just messing with you. You can't mess with everybody like that, man. They're my people right here. All right. Without further ado, or don't, let me turn my camera back on and get my drum roll right. Without further ado, the one, the only, because it ain't none other. Bam!
What's up? What's up? What's up, bro? Man, let me tell you, man, the struggle is real with this live stuff, man. The struggle is real. I had my laptop, and I don't want to hear nothing from Gigi in the chat, but I had my laptop up, had the cam, had the battery pack, had everything laid out, and all of a sudden, my laptop went bam. Then I got my phone, dropped the phone. Next thing you know, it got wet, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me though? Can you hear
I
me?
hear crystal clear, man.
Awesome,
5x5,
awesome.
baby. 5x5. Now, I just want you first off to what you said. This live, y'all. Things gonna happen. Things transpire. You can prepare and be ready for whatever you think you finna have to deal with. But when you go live, stuff just happens. But
Yeah.
we ain't worried about that. We get through.
I just hate to mess up your flow because your flow be so organized and so precise and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to disrupt your flow though.
Boy, hush. Now with that being said, now with that with that
But
being
but
said,
but but to be honest with you, the price was $73, not $37. You
it
got
was
it inverted. Yeah, it was 73. Not
You know I'm
30.
dyslexic, just a little bit. I'm dyslexic, so I turn some stuff around, won't but
You're wrong
I
for that. Man. You're wrong for that. People start believing that stuff, man.
now y'all for everybody who over here, y'all know that I'm playing eco neighbor who finna introduce himself to y'all before I get to asking him a million questions. Would never try to charge me $37 for coming on my live.
Not at all.
It was Gigi.
Not at all.
It was Gigi. Gigi won.
Team J, Team J, Team J for life, baby.
All day, baby. Team
All day,
Eco.
every day. All day, every day, my friend. What's going on, man? I'm glad to be here. Man, I
Man,
appreciate it.
man,
You
I
keep taking chances. You keep taking chance after chance after chance. You did it again, man. What's going on, man? I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you too, brother. I'm trying to get like you, man. Look here. Before I get to asking you a million, gajillion, fulfilling questions, will you
Okay.
tell these people who you are and what your channel is?
Well, I'm not Echo Neighbor. I'm Eco Neighbor. A lot of people say Echo, but I'm I'm Eco Neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And Eco Neighbor, you know what I do is I don't know. I morph into life. I basically what I'm doing. I'm bringing people into my life. We started out. This channel started out from the backyard of my home, nestled in Tallahassee, Florida, and we went back there in the garden. I took you along when I did landscaping, I did yards, I did a bunch of different stuff. Then I took you along to the journey where we tried to buy some land. The deal fell through. We sold a house, but we didn't have nowhere to go. We was in Never Never Land, stranded. Took you along for that.
Yeah.
Then took you along for the search. Took you along to the RV park. You remember, as you remember, the RV park went from uh one price, and every month it just doubled and doubled and doubled. Then we had to get out of there.
Yep.
Yeah. And then took you along when we found the property. And my confession, I'm gonna make a confession on this channel, exclusive to this channel, is
All right.
that I did not know, and excuse my French, my brother. I
Man,
didn't know
talk.
what I didn't know what the hell I was getting into when
Yeah,
we did this thing called buying land. I thought I knew. I really planned it. I remember as a child helping out my family develop land, but I had no concept.
right.
And they never did it like this level. And so, with that said, I took you along, showed you all the flaws, all the mistakes, showed you everything. Me and Gigi out there sweating in 107, 108-degree temperature, and we burning fires, burning debris. Took you along to put in the first driveway, to clearing out the land, to getting the RV, to getting the shed, to trying to get water, septic tank, all of that, man. So what my channel is about is just kind of about eco neighbor. And these are the lessons on what not to do. And then I'm going to share my vulnerability and share all the things that can go wrong, will go wrong. And I know that I'm a living testament of whatever can go wrong, will go wrong, right?
Facts.
And it
Facts.
just it just being transparent. And the wind is crazy after this storm. I don't know y'all had storm in Texas, man,
Oh yeah.
but the wind is
Oh
kind of
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So all in all, you know, it just the transparency of life and learning life, and we just kind of go along and we just sharing the journey. So hopefully, if you ever decide to take a similar journey or a similar path, you'll gain some nuggets of information that you may can apply to yourself, or you'll learn some things like, I'm not going to do that. That's one thing I'm not going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I might do that, and I might go that route. So that's what it's all about, my brother, man.
Hey, man, I really thank you. And even though Gigi not here, now whenever I come up with this $37, I have
Right here. She's right here. I got her seat right here.
There
Gigi
you
right
go.
Here.
There she there in spirit.
Right
there
here.
you go.
There
That's
it is. There in spirit. Right here in spirit.
She right here right now. Y'all just can't see it. Now, this is one of the people, one of the few people that I reached out to conversation before we left Africa, and one of the first people that we conversed with when we got back to the States was Gigi and Eco, because of the transparency and the non cookie cutter way of, because you can make anything look like anything. Baby, it's hard as hell. Eco, you remember that time I actually talked to you? We was on the phone and I'm out here showing you that you were like, oh, that's nice. And I'm like, no, the hell it ain't. I got a damn river. I got a river running through my stuff that over the years when we was younger, it wasn't that bad. But now over time, it's just gotten more and more depressed, and it's just, and it run to where our pond gonna be, because it's already at a lower grade. It's already a low lot, and we're gonna talk about your pond in a minute. But and welcome to everybody coming in, because later in the conversation, I'm gonna provide.
Yeah, welcome everybody. I can't see the chat, but welcome everyone.
Okay, if you up to some questions before we get out of here, bro, a little bit later on.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good deal.
Okay.
But that's what a lot of people love about y'all, man, is the vulnerability and the truth in how difficult this whole just buying a piece of land and then you just happy and you drinking your coffee on the patio and squirrels and birds playing. Baby, it ain't like that. It's real out here. So wherever you want to start, because I got a couple of questions, man, before we even talk about the pond, because for me, the pond is happy time after I done seen y'all go through. You can pick whichever situation or circumstance you would like to start with. I just got a couple. The transition from the park to being out there, y'all showed us that. The stuff you went through with the well, you showed us that. And you know, R.I.P. Keith Sweat and some of the things that happen to animals and stuff, man.
We lost a lot of soldiers along the way, my friend. And like I said, I would tell you, you put it in such a kind fashion about talking about the complexities and the. I'm telling you, it's not only physically straining, it's mentally, intellectually straining. I would say this is one of the most challenging things that I've ever done in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it hits you in so many different ways. It has a piece of gratification. It has a piece of accomplishment as you kind of achieve certain things. But
Mm-hmm.
then it has this like you question yourself and you learn more and more about yourself and what you can and what you're willing to do and what you're willing to endure. And when I
Right.
tell you every single phase we ran into a roadblock, and right now
Yeah.
we got a roadblock now to be continued.
Right.
But it's one of those things where it's easy to throw in the towel and just be like, man, screw it. But it's
Yeah.
a reason why we don't have what we need in order to survive. I
Right.
mean, I keep looking at these shows. I keep looking at everything. I keep looking at people losing their homes. I keep looking at people getting evicted because they like when you're in an area that's high demand. I'm watching people coming up with reasons to evict their tenants
Yep.
just to get more money. You know,
Yep.
I mean, they just come up, they just come up with different reasons. I'm talking about minute reasons, not because of payment, not because
Right.
of a lot of stuff. And then
Right.
I get it. Some people like, you don't never own nothing. You don't really own. I get it. I don't own nothing, y'all. When I leave here, I ain't gonna be able to take my body with me. It's gonna rot and go back to the earth. But I'm just saying, sometimes you just need a little space, man. Sometimes in
Yes,
life,
sir.
you just need a little room to just free your mind and to be accepted with who you are, and then to embrace nature and be connected with nature. Because since I've been back out here, I see colors of green I ain't never seen. I seen
Yes, sir.
butterflies I ain't never seen. I
Yes,
got
sir.
smells I ain't never experienced. My
Right.
my parts of my brain doesn't even fathom like certain things I hear now that I never heard in my life before. So
Mm-hmm.
it's such a rewarding situation, and I get it. It ain't for everybody. And I'll be the first one to tell you it ain't for everybody. But if you
Right.
want to do it, man, why not? Why not?
Absolutely, bro. And what y'all showing and what you do is like, I really don't have to man, I gotta be honest, Eco, I don't know how to put it because would you agree with this? It's some and shout out to Prepared Irishman, by the way, and everybody who coming in. Stay
What's
Hall,
up, prepared?
uh Adina Collins over here in Texas still rocking with us, Vision Preparedness, all the people who
Vision
coming in.
preparedness. What's up, my brother? What's going on, man?
Yes, Devil Dog Prepper. Thank all of y'all for being here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Any moderators in the chat, please drop Eco Neighbors link along with GG Naturals Homestead link as many times as you feel like so we can stay in rotation. We appreciate
Appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Now,
that.
with what you said, something I'm coming to learn and understand, Eco. We could talk about it, which I think is out. And Miss Jones Truth, how you doing, young lady? I seen you coming here as well. We can talk about it all day, and it's gonna benefit some and help some. But at the end of the day, bro, if you don't really live it and know what it's like, you will never really get it because it was a live you and Gigi did. By the way, y'all, they come on at 9:30. I want to say 9:30
Nine,
central
9:45 Central Time, Sundays.
9:45 Central Time on Sunday. Now
Eco
this,
Nation news, by the way, news that you may or may not be able to use. I'm gonna since you open up the door, I'm gonna walk on in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just if you ain't got nothing to do, or you can go back and just hit the replay. You know what I'm saying?
yes sir, yes sir, man, you better plug yourself while you over here, baby.
I got to, bro. I got
That's
to.
what we do. Yeah, and y'all hit that new people coming in. Y'all hit that thumbs up and share this live out, man, for my man Eco. But I'm gonna tell you some life done taught me, bro. When you if you don't experience it and live it, you will never completely understand. And here's why. You and Gigi did a live together a long time ago. And me and April had literally just been talking about this all day. When y'all got on the land, y'all were talking about how like everything is work. It's labor. When you get home from work, You got stuff you got to go straight and do. You may not even go in your house yet. You may not go in your RV yet. You got to go check this. You checking animals. You checking generators. You checking up under the RV. You looking for this. You looking for predators. All kind of stuff. It was so similar to what we were dealing with in Africa because all day everything was work. Can y'all imagine 3 years, no microwave, no electricity half the time, no running water half the time, animals that need to be fed and watered, crops that need to be fed and watered. Like it was, y'all get it. And that's one of the things that really, really put us in a position to start having some of the conversations we done had because y'all get it. So I know you just touched on it, but will you really, really elaborate on that part of how much work? Because it can look easy is what I'm saying, family. It can look easy. And the longer you do it, the more you can make it look easy to other people. But what are some of the daily tasks, especially in the early stages, that y'all had to deal with that might not even cross people's mind, man?
Right. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for this opportunity again. And things are changing, my friend. And I just want to tell your audience, man, even if you're not trying to buy land, if you're not trying to do none of this journey, let this be a motivating factor to whether you're trying to obtain your education, a career, you're trying to advance. Understand that problems will arise when you're trying to advance, and opposition will come when you're trying to advance. And
Yes.
understand that you're not alone. And the ones that seems like they got it easy, that seems like they just came into this, but you don't understand the 15 to 20 years they've been putting in the foundation. Understand that this thing called life, it ain't easy. It ain't designed to be easy. It ain't designed to be fluid. With
Right.
that said, a lot of things that we did just a couple of years ago, we couldn't even do right now, my brother. And I'm trying to get more people riled up. I'm trying to get more people pumped up because the windows are closing, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this homestead, off grid, people don't see behind the scenes due to regulation, due to a lot of stuff. It's being attacked, man.
Yes. Yes.
Independency, free will, all of this stuff is being attacked. And the fact of that is making it harder and harder. So in the beginning, like I said, we had different phases. When we had water, before we didn't have nothing out here. We were just trying to get on the land.
Right.
We first had to go in. We had to get a permit just to get a driveway. We had to get a permit to clear the land. We had to get a permit and approval to put an RV out here. We had to get a permit approval for everything. To get a 911, some people don't even think about how do you get an address. Like
Come on, man.
This land wasn't even recognized as a address. So we had to get a 911 approval. Then we had to get a physical address. You get your physical address. You had to tell what your intent, what you're trying to do with this land. And something that I'm learning, everybody screaming, get agriculture land. It has its benefits, but it has its limitations. Because the moment you start to build infrastructure and do different stuff, it start transitioning. And some things are limited with keeping agriculture land versus having your land developed into residential. A lot of people say, go out here, go put you some sheds out here, get you Airbnb, this and that. I'm in the state of Florida. The insurance laws are changing. Regulations are changing.
Yes, sir.
The building codes are changing.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't have that permit prior to that, you have to conform to it. And if you're trying to do some upgrades to what you did that from some laws that did change, you gotta bring everything back to code. And all of these things are like brakes on your project. In my mind, I'm a detail. I like Excel, lay everything down line by line and all of that kind of stuff. I like to draw out a piece of paper, write down every single thing. Let me tell y'all, as Jay just said, until you get in the crux of this stuff, it ain't no different between, okay, what I'm gonna do part-time, I'm gonna go back to school. Then
Right.
you find out you go back to school, you need to fill out this form. And then you find out the classes are not accessible. And then you got to do this, and now you got to take out vacation time. It's a process, no matter what you're doing. And what I'm finding out with this land journey is that, man, a lot of stuff and a lot, I don't know, I'm not gonna say who or what, but there are pieces when you try to do this land journey and do it how we did it, you're disrupting going to get a mortgage, going to get in $400,000 and $500,000 in debt. You disrupting the whole process of
Mm-hmm.
the American dream.
Come on,
And when
talk.
you uprooting the American dream, you will find resistance.
Yes,
And when
sir.
you find resistance, you got to be resilient. You got to be willing to not give up. Because I'm telling you, the resistance will make you just be like, man, I'm done. I'm gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then my question is, I say, then what? There's a channel that I watch. And right now I'm just getting into this channel. I don't know. They might be in Ohio or somewhere like that. I can't remember what state they in. But he's a victor. He evict. Basically, he
Yeah.
goes in and do what the sheriff should do, right?
Right. Right.
And I'm looking at the poor hearts of some of these young mothers. And some of them ain't young. Some of them been renting for 15 and 10 years in they same place. And what's happening not only in Florida and the South and Texas and California and New York, it's trickling in Alabama, Mississippi,
Yep.
Louisiana.
Yep.
Housing is getting real because you're competing against corporations. Land is
Yep.
getting real because you're competing against people with large funding. And there's a reorganization of land ownership. And you got to understand, throughout America, things are changing. And if we're not preparing ourselves, if we're not getting ready and position ourselves, not only for us, because I don't believe I'm going to be able to live my life because I'm like at the halfway century mark, right? So
Right.
I don't see physically, unless some big old blessing come, where I'm going to be able to do everything I want to do to the land. So
Mm-hmm.
really the goal is to allow my kids, my grandkids to do something, right?
Right.
So
Right.
if they decide to liquidate whatever, I wish them the best.
Right.
But my goal and my hopes is, even if they liquidate it, it's still better than me just not preparing nothing for them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I agree. And I just want to touch on something you said. And Gigi Ty, she feeling where my mind at, because you said something a while ago. Y'all, I really need everybody to understand, because through conversations with people that I've befriended and who expect, like much like yourself, who out there living it, doing it,
Yeah.
I'll even kind of pull back on what all uh I create content. I'll show you a little bit of this. I'll show you a little bit of that. But as far as everything, baby,
We don't have a choice.
these folks is watching. They
We don't have
watch.
a choice. We don't have a choice. It's like right now, I knew it was risky. I knew from the beginning with this journey that being transparent like this, it calls the spotlight.
Yeah,
And I knew that when you're in small communities,
yeah.
it's just people don't have nothing but time and energy, right? And
Come
I
on.
know that I have created some situations, not just I, but me and Gigi, we have
Right.
created situations through our sharing and transparency where it has been some bumps in the road. And it's getting so rough and it's getting so hard that it's
It's
like,
real.
man, it's almost like you almost want to pull up. You want to pull up from everything and just go into
Yep.
hiding,
Yep.
because
Yep.
it's like we playing chess whether we know it or not. And right now, I'm showing you game plays. We showing you different strategies. We showing you different stuff. And within a special county meeting, everything could change. The whole game could change.
Everything. And
Whole thing.
to give truth to what Eco said, because we had people reaching out. One of the biggest things we heard when we was in Africa, we lived in Tanzania, Africa, for those who don't know. I even I think I talked to Eco Nim about this one time. Cause that was like not a flood of comments, but it was pretty persistent. Show more of our show this, show that, show that. Now y'all over here in the States watching me. Y'all don't know what that mountain is with this hill right beside it, with this tower in the background. That don't mean a damn thing to y'all. Y'all don't understand. All I got to do is do that phone like this one, two good times, and everybody over there know exactly where the hell I'm at, what
Yep.
I got, how I'm doing it, what time I'm talking about I be gone, and this and that. And it's starting to get like that over here
Yep.
because I don't blame us, because when our heart's in the right place and you trying to show other folk how they can do what you doing too, but it's a damn shame. It's getting to the point where it almost ain't as worth it as it used to be. And what you do show and share, you have to be so selective and so specific with it, because the world is changing.
Yeah.
Things is coming, and I don't want everybody knowing exactly where I'm at or exactly what I got or exactly how I'm out here moving, because I'm not the best gardener. I'm not the best hunter. I'm not the best land curator and sculptor, because, baby, I'm telling y'all,
Well,
I got some
well,
stuff right now.
my brother, you sure can peel back the skin on a squirrel though.
Oh, I appreciate you. Oh, I'm
Wow,
gonna eat.
done, boy. I was like, I ain't even tried that right there, boy.
I'm gonna eat, man. Look, them hogs, them squirrels. If don't let me come across a turkey, which is rare around here. But hey, I'm a hunter, so I try to stay in my lane with that too. But I appreciate that, man. That's a
Yes, sir.
compliment for a boy like me, man.
That squirrel got naked quick, boy. But slap naked, real quick. I mean that. I mean, you put it in a short with no cuts.
Yeah, just get it. Just
The
get it.
short, hey, the short still needed some time, man. See,
Hey, if y'all get a chance, and thank you, because you just plugged me, bro. I forgot all about that. If y'all get a chance, go check out my short so y'all can see what Eco Neighbor is talking about. Where I just a little quick skinning process, squirrel, rabbit, all them little joints right there. But Eco, in the chat, if y'all ready to start asking some sensible questions that Eco feel like answering at his discretion, y'all can go ahead and start putting these questions in the chat. What's up, Jill's Comfort Zone? Hey, Blue Lotus Vibes, how you doing, Mama Nita? Miss Jones Truth, and everybody else who went here. Y'all, please hit that thumbs up. Please share this live out, and please go check out Eco Neighbor and Gigi's Natural Homestead. If a moderator could drop that link in the chat one more time for me. Now, I already saw one question, Eco, and that's about Annabelle, which is everybody's baby. Everybody loves Annabelle. How has Annabelle's presence helped you cultivate and curate your land out there? Ooh, there she is. There she is. Yeah. Yeah.
well, me and Annabelle been getting along pretty good here lately. I have not put Annabelle back in the hospital. I don't think I could take. I think her insurance have come to a cap, and I would tell you, if you considering, you got your land, you considering buying equipment. It really depends on your land, but if you're considering buying a tractor, enough still ain't enough. But just understand that don't skimp on it, and just go all in, and just be careful, man, because I never owned a tractor. I don't even think prior to this I ever drove a tractor, right? Um, I'd have drove 18, maybe an 18-wheeler, a forklift, or a cherry picker, or whatever, but nothing like this. And it's been a totally learning lesson for me. And I would tell you, buy some insurance, get some good insurance if you do decide to buy one of these things. Because my first time in the hospital, the bill came up, I want to say $8,500. And then by the time I got a home good, we still
Yeah.
tearing up stuff. And the next bill was like $992, $9,300. So
Yeah.
understand this. When I tell you this stuff is crazy, like you just say, oh, it's $30,000 for this piece of land, or it's $15,000 for this piece of land.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm good. And then you don't look, you better take a look and see what do you need to get that land up to par, right?
Right.
Annabelle has been very instrumental, but Annabelle, one thing I learned is, as y'all can see from my videos, I brought back in my friend with the excavator and
Uh-huh.
with the skid steer,
Yeah.
because you let them tear up their equipment and you pay them. Because
Right.
believe me,
Right.
no one is immune to this thing. Even
Right.
even when they come out here, and start stirring up stuff, the chainsaws tear up, the
Yep.
skid steer tears up,
Yep.
the excavator tears up. But
Yep.
it's a whole lot easier to swallow when it's somebody else's stuff versus your stuff,
They,
because
yes.
it's taxing. And the thing about the country, what I want people to understand, country people in my area, all people say that dollars devalue. And let me tell you something. People deal with cash out here.
Mm-hmm.
They still deal with checks. But believe me, you better have some money, cash, if you want to negotiate, you want to
Fact.
pay people, you want to get that job done right now.
Yep.
And what I mean by right now, within a month that you ask for it, maybe 2 or 3 months, you got to
Yep.
have patience. You got to stay on top of people. You got to hold people accountable. You got to make sure you understand what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. And you better make sure you communicate that back to them, and then get that stuff in writing. And even if you get it in writing, it still ain't good enough, because you got to hold these people accountable, man.
Right.
Because people, they know what you're trying to figure out.
Right. Right. And,
And, and you
and,
at a disadvantage all day long.
I just with you saying that people know what you're trying to figure out. Not only is it the physical, sometimes it, like you said, you use the equipment example. I'm gonna use the hurting yourself example.
Mm, yeah,
Me and
yeah,
you had a conversation about
yeah.
these doggone trees. I was talking to one of my I was talking to one of my uncles who way better than me, and he was like, well, you got to do this, you just, and he was like, yeah, but they'll kill you too. And
Yeah.
I'm talking about we talking about 60 foot. Now it don't look that big, so it looks unintimidating, right? Because you only got about a 10-inch, maybe a 12-inch base on it down at it's like this little tree, man. I'm just gonna what you start making your cuts and doing this and that for certain trees. Your boy just gonna pay somebody for one, my safety, and for two, time. But I'm serious, Eco. You know, when you cutting a tree and you think it's gonna go this way, and it slip down just a little bit, and then it'll roll on you and get hung up in the limbs of another tree and twist, and you standing there, you know what I'm saying, millie rocking, trying to see which way this tree gonna fall. It start making you, maybe I should pay somebody. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, if y'all to watch the channel, I done got a concussion. Me and Annabelle was pushing down a tree,
Mm-hmm.
and as I was pushing it down, I got up on it with the bucket, and I pushed about maybe about like 5 or 6 feet up
Yep.
above the base of the tree.
Yep.
And the tree started pushing, because I waited till after the rain, waited till the land. I got real sandy soil here, sandy clay
Mm-hmm.
mix. And
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of dug around it. I knew where I wanted to drop. The tree started going. And as it was going, it got hung up on another tree.
Yep.
And one branch got hung up on it, and it just kind of stayed suspended. And then I had to get up on top of it. And when I pushed it, it broke off that branch, connect to that other tree. And that branch came, and I'm telling you, this stuff happened within a second. I think I've literally felt like I done lost my life 5 times clearing this lane. No, when I tell you, I'm dead serious, man.
I know
When
you
I tell
serious.
you, look,
Yes.
it's almost like Have you ever been in a car accident and then it was done before you even realized you was in it? And you were like, oh, God.
Yep.
I mean, like you clutching your pearls, like trying to figure out what in the world just happened. I was gone.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm telling you, I didn't even see the branch, didn't know nothing. That joker hit me solid square in the top of my head. And
Yep.
it was like, it happened so fast. I felt it, but I didn't feel it. No
Yes.
blurred vision, no nothing. And then I just know, I said, whoa, it scared me more than anything. And I stopped the tractor. I got off the tractor. Gigi was just so happened to not be too far from him. And she said, what's wrong? And I went over to the porch of the cabin and I sat down on the steps.
Mm.
And it was almost like I had to gather myself. But I
Right.
went on the rest of that day. I went on, handled everything I do. But the next day,
Yeah.
man, I almost felt like I had that thing back in 2020.
Right. Right.
I was foggy brain. I had a migraine for 2 and 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I had to think about saying basic stuff.
Yeah.
Man, that thing scared me, man.
That's a
I mean,
concussion, bro.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
real.
And,
It's real. It's real.
and you know, when I go out real far, uh, I start taking radio with me. And if I leave the volume up all the way, and I'll set it. If everybody gone, ain't nobody else hearing nothing. Usually I try to tell somebody, but I leave the radio on one at the house, out volume all the way up, and I take one with me. I was out walking on our stuff, and I mean I was out there. I was
Mhm.
I was out there, bro. And it's a spot. It's one spot. It ain't even close to where the pond at, but it's a spot.
Mhm.
I stepped in it, Eco. I
Mhm.
don't know if I told you about this or not. It went up to my lower thigh,
Yeah.
and I started thinking to myself, what if who gonna find me? What if something happened out here? Snakes, I got okay. I know how to I can okay. That's fine. Wasps, bees, okay. I can kind of even deal with that. But if I just get hung up and stuck somewhere and can't move, and you can't hear me scream, you can't hear me holler, you can't hear me yell, you can't
None
hear
of
me
that.
do that unless somebody purposefully come looking for me. This is what I want people to think about. Who like I want because y'all got a big chunk of land for all my people who you done live downtown your whole life and you've been watching HGTV and you see a pretty cabin and you talking about you want 10 or 15 acres and you ain't no country boy or country girl who know how to go through them swamps and them bayous and be out there with all the stuff you finna encounter, calm down. Calm your ass down and grow up. But
I mean,
what you think, Eco?
you know, I totally feel what you're saying, but I think one of the biggest things that changed. I grew up in the country. I'm from the country. All I know is country. And
Yeah,
then, you know, I got unplugged from the country in my adult life, right?
yeah, yeah.
And I would do country hit and miss on holidays or whatever, you know, every now
Mm-hmm.
and then. But then I didn't realize I was that disconnected from the country until I came out here. And it's like
Yeah.
even the country, one country compared out here.
Right.
When you hear trees talking, and
Yes.
when you can hear a pine needle hit the ground,
Come on.
and when you can when a little cardinal is hopping or a brown thrasher is hopping through the woods and you think it's a bear because it's so
Yep.
loud. I
Yep.
mean, this stuff, there's a silence that really rocks your soul. When I first got out here, it kind of was real eerie. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes,
And
sir.
and in the beginning, I was good, but when you just forgot something in your car, your charger or something like that, and then
Mm-hmm.
here it is, it's pitch black dark, and you can't see your hands in front of your face, and you hear coyotes howling, and you hear a fox laughing in the background, and
Come
you
on.
and you don't know what it is in the beginning because you had to go
Mm-hmm.
back to your memory bank. And some people don't think deers make noise. Deers make noise just like anything else. And one thing you don't want to do is be walking out here in the middle of the blackness and a deer go.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk
That
to
thing
him.
will rock your soul, boy. You be
Yeah.
like, and let me tell you, that sound ain't coming from your ankles. that sound coming from at high level. You know what I'm saying? And you like, who out here breathing like, you like, you like, I know I didn't breathe. I didn't sneeze or nothing like that. And it's like, man, and you think, oh, it's a little fun, it's a little deal. Even the fun's bigger than the average size dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And,
man.
and I don't think you ever been slapped by a deer. But let me tell you. Oh yeah. Put them up, put them up, put them up, put them up. And I don't care how much reach. Like I got a long reach, right? I'm pretty lanky and long, but
Yeah.
I can't put no hands on no deer, man. I can't put no hands on no
Don't
deer.
even try it, bro. Don't
And
even.
I'm telling you, and
Yeah.
these sounds that raccoons make at night,
Man.
these echo sounds and stuff. So in the beginning, it rocked me. Going back to what you were saying. But what really threw me off, I got used to everything again, got reacclimated, and now it's so warm and it's so inviting. I love it. And
Mm-hmm.
then I don't jump out of my bed now when I hear a pack of coyotes just going through the
Right.
woods, howling and all that kind of stuff. But
Right.
now, what really threw me off is I had to stop. Me and Annabelle had to stop working on the back of the property um, because I realized that, like you said, something could happen to me. And Gigi, she could be an hour and a half away. I don't know nobody nowhere about me.
Right.
What if I can't get to my cell phone, or what if
Yep.
my cell phone ain't working down in that part of
Yep.
the land? And then
Yep.
it kind of throwed me. I'm like, man, something could happen to me. And then all of a sudden my anxiety started kicking up, and I was like, oh, let me get on back to let me get on back to the homestead, because yeah, you got to be mindful. You not Superman, and you got to
No.
understand that you got to respect this thing called life and nature.
Yep. Absolutely, brother. And I'm not a scout. That was not my MOS. Scout.
Hey, I was a scout, man. I was a weed blower and all of that other stuff, Cub Scouts and all that, But
Yeah. It's
it's
different.
still very different, man. And
Well,
this is the thing. I grew up in South Georgia. South Georgia woods different from Florida woods.
right. Right.
You know, there's things that are a whole lot more scarier than snakes. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Some
Mm-hmm.
people say, "Oh, the alligators." Let me tell you, there's things more scarier than alligators, and people be like, "What?" You could brush up against a plant and break out. You can brush
Bad.
up. You can brush up against a spider and swell up. My daughter got bit by a brown recluse, and it
Yes.
started eating up her skin. It ate up her jaw.
Yep.
And man, we didn't know whether it started like a flesh eating type thing. We didn't know whether she
Mm-hmm.
was gonna be ate up in the face, her beautiful face like that, or not. What I'm
Right.
saying is, it don't take big stuff to take you out.
It don't.
And no,
Brother,
no.
that's why I'm so glad you having this off-grid conversation, because it's a buzzword right now. It's hot. It's something that a lot of people are kind of. Well, I'm gonna be careful with my words, because some people are well intentioned, I believe, and some people do want to change their circumstances for the better for their own reasons and whatnot. So I get that part. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the fad side of it. And if y'all go back and rewatch this, when y'all rewatch this, or whoever in this live, man, I need y'all to really understand this man is talking about the buzzwords and what sounds sexy right now. Off grid and buying land and doing all of this. He ain't talking about the Johnny B badass parts of it. We talking about stuff like, I'm serious, bro. Spiders you ain't never seen.
Yeah,
Plants you can rub up against that ain't poison ivy that would eat your ass
it's
up.
a lie.
Lizards you ain't never seen, animals you ain't never seen, and you think that you just could, and nothing against them, but sometimes HGTV or all the other prettier sides of it, I think it's reshaping how people perceiving this. Baby, we ain't even got to the part yet, Eco, where you may or may not have a 30 or 40-minute drive to town for all these little convenient shit you just used to. Baby, you better have it at the house somewhere with you, or you ain't finna have it.
Man,
What?
I tell you, you brought up so many points that I could talk on for hours about. But the thing is, these animals ain't seen you before either. You know,
Come on,
if you got raw land like what we did,
come
you
on.
got environments, you got ecosystems that have not been disrupted in decades, right?
Yep, yep.
And you got all of this stuff where in the beginning everything was curious. You know, we had cams out here and all kind of stuff because we'll be here laying down at night. We can't see nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And we work, you know, now we've grown and we got solar panel lights and street lights and stuff like that hanging in trees and stuff. And it's a whole lot better and we got a little bit more accustomed and your eyesight changes too over a period of time. When you get out here and you get used to being out here, a lot of times you'll notice your night sensitivity, your sense of sight
Right,
increases. It
right.
increases and everything increases, man. Your smells, your taste. Like I
Yep,
can smell a rattlesnake. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? It's
yep.
certain things that I know, certain smells and certain things like that. And so you start to become in fellowship and in tune with it. But going back to like what you were saying though, um, it ain't much that can take you out. And a lot of people don't realize it's like now when I lived in the city and I went to state parks and I used to go out there with the alligators, I see the moccasins, I see all of that stuff is different. Animals move different when they used to seeing people.
Yes, yes.
When you got raw land, you go out to the parks, you don't notice that they spray. You don't notice they do controlled burns. You don't know that they do land management. You don't know that they do a lot of stuff to keep pathways together. A lot of human traffic keeps away certain animals, keeps
Mm-hmm.
away certain pests, and you
Yep.
and you trample down certain things. And then they with land management, certain harmful plants and insects, they don't tell you, but they manage them. Okay,
Right.
when you're doing your own raw land, your own stuff, you are your land management. I
Yep.
went from cutting yards, manicuring yards to now like, no, you need to learn land management. You need to understand what plants need to grow. You don't need to cut certain plants. You need to let certain plants grow up to a certain height. You need to learn about erosion control. You need to learn about certain environments to keep that whole system fed, to keep certain pests down, to keep certain things down, and you'll start learning that man, you come in fellowship, you come in tune with nature, you become a part of it, you know.
Yep. Yep. That's real. And with you saying that, bro, it reminds me of just how um now I get it. YouTube didn't have no problem with it. Initially they did, but you mentioned that squirrel video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I know everybody ain't finna trap and everybody not finna hunt, but what you just said ties back into something I've been thinking about a lot since we've been back home, and now we out here trying to slowly develop and do our thing. Man, society is so far removed, and I love how you talk about nature and your relationship with nature and how it be rebuilt and reformed and come back in sync because it's what 300 and some million people, 350 I think, or over 350 million people in this country. I'm talking about the U.S. I ain't in Africa no more. In this country, just about everybody gonna eat today.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has a relationship with their food. And we talking about something you putting inside your body. So that technically makes it invasive in a sense because you absorbing something. It ain't no relationships to nature no more the way
Oh,
it used
that ain't nothing but gas and indigestion. That's all.
to.
It ain't no war going on in my body. It ain't no but a little indigestion, a little heartburn, a little gas. That's all. I'm
Little
cool.
poodle too. Little
Yeah,
poodle too.
I do a little releases and I'm better. I'm better.
Hey,
All of that.
hey, you wild, bro. But
When your stomach swelling up, your throat getting tight, and your head getting hurting, and then you getting chest pain, thinking you about because you just ate just a little Chick-fil-A sandwich or something with some little waffle fries, and it ain't nothing. That comes with territory. And I
yeah,
ain't realized how I used to. we see, like you said about that drive, I got shoot, I got 30 minutes to the nearest one of those. You know what I'm saying? When it used to be
Same.
like, hey man, I'm grabbing one of them on the way home. I get this, I
Right.
get that, I get this, I get that. Now you got to plan your days, and then
Yes, sir.
you not only got to plan, you got to incorporate that with feeding your animals, like you was talking about, with making
Yep.
sure water is incorporated, making sure stuff, you got enough time for showers, and if it's cold, you got to make sure you plan for the timeliness of heat. You got enough materials for the heat. You got
Right.
enough to keep it through the night. You got
Right.
enough bundling if it get hot. I mean, trying to cool these places down and all that stuff with the environment. And it's like right now the weather is, I'm like, out of all times, I pick now to go out here like this when the weather been off the chain, where one minute it's 80, almost 90 degrees, and then next minute it's 34, 39 degrees.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and then it's like they say it ain't no hurricane, but to me, what just came through here, what's the difference between that and a hurricane? I mean, are we
Mhm.
labeling storms or what we doing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it'd be dead center January. I'm like, oh, it ain't hurricane. It used to be back in the days, certain things you didn't have to worry about no more. Oh, we out of season for that. We out of season for that. We
Yeah.
don't have to worry
Yeah.
about no ice. We don't have to worry about no hail or nothing like that. Now, it could be summertime and hailing now.
Man, Texas been getting beat up. Man, it's got to be a couple million cars that's just going to auction because they done got beat up so bad from
Crazy.
hell this big. Man, everything is topsy turvy. Now, you got me want to ask you something else. You know, recently the grow zones changed.
Mhm.
Now, I'm gonna ask this for me because I think I know Eco well enough to know which way you going with it. With the way you listen to nature, the way you follow nature and your surroundings, I think you're gonna do what's in your best interest. But ain't it crazy how all of this is being redefined and that's being reclassified as this and the weather just crazy as hell? Y'all, I can't think of a better time to pay attention to where you at, what's going on around you, and adjust accordingly. But I'm gonna ask Eco this question and see what he thinks.
So I totally agree with you. I believe that you have to adjust based on the unpredictability of the unknown. I
Mm-hmm.
I believe during the hot season, like my zone changed from 8B to 9A. And I believe in the summertime, I agree. I think in the wintertime it goes maybe like even down one rather than up one. But I'm encouraging people get better prepared for as, I don't know. Can I do this first, Jay? I just want
Yeah,
to do this.
you do, bro. You at home, man. You go talk. Hell, get it.
Something I'm begging people because it's troubling me. I'm serious. I don't think we really understand that if you can't get the necessity that you need, what are you gonna do? It's like when you planting, plant more than what you need. Don't skimp on it. Don't do what the packet says. Try some different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Learn different strategies that people like it used to, you used to then look at, see what people in the upper Midwest did as far as agriculture, because it wasn't your zone, it wasn't your area. Now we pay attention to every zone because we see pieces of different zones. We might not get super cold now, but it's
yep,
time where we done got unheard of coldness. You know what
yep,
I'm saying? It's
yep.
time where we don't get certain types of temperatures and certain types of wind and tornadoes and all that kind of stuff. Now we getting all of that. You know what I'm saying? And so my thing is, I don't think you can become, and this, no offense to those of you who have achieved this accomplishment, but I don't think you can get master gardening when it comes to this thing called life. And that's just my personal opinion.
Ain't
Because
no
this is the problem. This is the problem. In my last yard, I still didn't master after 7 and 8 years of being in one spot growing from day one that I got there. What I
Mm.
did is I divided my yards into quadrants. I had full sun, I had partial sun, I had low-lying areas, I had higher areas,
Yep.
I had mulched up areas, I had moist areas. And what you do, you learn what grows in your different areas and your different pieces of that. And then now when you balance with weather and the changes of weather, rain patterns, wind patterns, cold, frost, heat, you still gotta remix everything you learned. You back to square one like you're a novice gardener.
Absolutely.
When I left my last place and came out here, it was starting off from it's like I was a novice gardener all of a sudden.
Yep.
What did I do with this much sand in my soil? What do I do when it rains and in an hour it's dry? You
Right.
know, what
Right.
did I do when I mulch? And just because I mulch in the summertime, it kills the plant. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when I used to mulch up so heavy that it was good for the plant, but when it's so hot and when you get so much of moisture, then you get mold, you get rot around the base of your trees and plant. It's so much
Yep.
that you have to learn and what you try to do. And guess what? Whatever you learned this summer, you're gonna have some takeaways, and then the next summer you're gonna try something else, and then you're gonna have some takeaways, and then the next summer you're gonna try something else, and then you're gonna try something, and then it may take
Yep.
you 5 to 8 to 10 years to be like, oh, I see what this summer gonna be. This is what I need to do because I did that 3 years ago and I learned from that. And that's why I say it
Mm-hmm.
takes so much time, and that's why we got to be patient.
Yep.
We got to be so patient with life, but we got to have urgency with having space. Because
Right.
I'm telling you, if your internet goes out, your infrastructure goes out, you don't need to be where you can miss a beat. Right now, we trying to get in electricity with Jay.
Yeah.
Woo!
Bruh, I already you talk come on. Talk to me.
Man, not
Tell me.
only, not only, I like right now, I think we somewhere about around 10 grand right now. Um, just
Mm-hmm.
trying to get stuff done. And we talking about 5, 6 months still getting stuff done, right? And
Yep.
some people say, oh, 10 grand. No, no. When everything is a journey, you got a well and it's supposed to be 5 and now it's 8 and 9,000. Then you got this and you dealing with all this bump roads, bump roads, bump
Yep.
roads. And
Yep.
then you do all of this. When we get this electricity back here, you think I'm still going to just depend on electricity? No.
Hell
I
no.
still won't, I don't depend on my well. I still got catch barrels. I don't
Yep.
want to depend on one thing. I want to diversify like crazy. I'm
Yep.
still gonna keep stacking on my solar panel. I'm still gonna keep stacking on generators, on power stations. I'm learning now through a heavy and see this is another thing. Like I said, I can go on. I'm not trying to
Yeah,
take your show
man.
or whatever.
Bro, we got time. We got
But
another
even
40.
your power stations, there's a difference between a generator that you pull out once or twice a year and something you got to live on every single day of the year.
Talk to him, bro.
The stuff
Talk
you
to him.
buy, even though you might have spent a bunch of money, have you ever wore out a Jackery? Have you ever wore out a Blue Yeti? Have you
Uh,
ever exhausted the life span of batteries? I mean,
right.
have you ever got into a routine where every year you buy batteries and then
Come
you
on.
talk to people and you realize they haven't done this because they tell you, well, all you got to do is such and such and such and such. But when it's 110 degrees and you got to run stuff off of solar, you got to run stuff off a generator, you got to run stuff off of this, and then you dealing with rain pouring down, you dealing with inclement weather, and these panels you done spent $4,000 and $5,000 on, and then you
Right.
realize, damn, they can't really take a lot of rain
E-
saturation. They really can't
Exactly.
take a lot of
Man.
dirt flashing up on them.
Mm.
Wait a minute. This, it got moisture in it. It done cracked because now we freezing tonight. I ain't think about
Exactly.
no. Have you ever thought about your septic pipe crack, cracking, freezing?
Right.
Your
Right.
boo boo freezing? Your sludge freezing? Well, how you gonna unclog that freeze? What you gonna do for the next 3 to 4 days? That's why I say it's a lot of stuff that what I experience, you might not even experience. Depends on what zone you in, depends on what area of the country you
Fact,
in. It's
fact.
so much stuff that you won't experience that another person will experience. But
Right.
these different challenges, they're gonna tell you who you are.
They gonna
When
let
it's
you
3 and 4 o'clock in the middle of the night and it's 29 degrees and you gotta try to prime a pump or change out a switch on the
come on, bro.
well and the wind is gusting and it's a little light rain freeze
Talk to him.
and you know that you got to get dressed to go to work in the morning and you already freezing and it's pitch black dark at night and you don't know which tool you need, where you got to go, and you got to walk by about 400 or 500 yards to get to one thing to go pick up, and then you realize you forgot something else to go. It's gonna say, hey, Eco, you really want this? Eco, are you really built for this? Eco, why are you doing this? Eco, why don't you just get back into a $300 or $400 or $500 mortgage and just flip a switch and kick back and sit back and relax? Eco, why are you risking your health and doing this and doing that? It's gonna make you question yourself. It's gonna make you examine yourself and see what you built. And when you accomplishment, when you don't spent a week with no water, been shuffling stuff down, and you finally figure out what wrong with that well, because you just spent whatever on there. You had people out there, they say you need to redig a well. It's almost like when I lived in the city. Every time my AC went out, people talking about, you need a compressor, you need a compressor. And then come to find out, it might have took me 3 or 4 days. It wasn't nothing but a wire that was on the
Right.
freon, and it burnt the freon, burnt the insulation on the wire, and it was shorting out. And
Yes,
then I
sir.
would have had to buy a compressor. And I'm telling you, we are so caught up into convenience, and we
Yep.
spend so much money, and we don't realize every time we spend so much time in trying to maintain convenience, we taking away from living life. We take away from enjoying your family, enjoying your friends, communicating, being on a live with my brother. You
Yeah.
know, you take away from so much of life. You don't get to see the sunrise and the sunset because you're grinding, 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 and it's all for convenience.
Come
And
on,
in
bro.
the end of the day, you like me, 50 years old, 60 years old, and you be like, damn, I ain't got but a few more years up in this camp where I can be mobile if the God be willing. And then you be like, I want to be able to do some of the stuff that I didn't do.
Right.
And you realize that you done did all for stuff,
For
and
stuff.
there's no journey in that process. There's no taking it all in. You
Yep.
know, people in life, you remember your emotions, your feelings on what you went
Yep.
through more than you remember the gift, and more you remember what you got. When I think about Christmases or holidays or birthdays or any type of thing that been celebrated, I think about the emotions, the feeling, the thought,
Yes.
all of that.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. Take the time to unplug. And it's a lot of sweat equity, it's a lot of work, but eventually you'll be able to be like, man, I just watched these eggs, and I just watched this chicken that I raised from a chick. And I watched this chicken, and I cared for this chick in them cold nights, them cold days. And then I watched this chick become a mother. And
Right.
then I watched this chick now take care of his eggs. And then I watched these ants come in and attack half of the eggs. And then I watched me move and built a little area
Right.
away from everything else. And then I watched the chicken pride on his face and just walk around and protect the chicks. And I watch
Yeah.
a coon break into the hoop
Yeah.
and
You
wipe out everything and then leave one chick,
come on,
and
man.
then I protect that chick with everything I got. and then that chick end up becoming a big old rooster.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, "What's up, Sean? What's going on?" And so it becomes a relationship more than
Yep.
me just raising some animals. It
Yep.
becomes it taps into my emotional, my intellect.
Yep.
I now have compassion for stuff I wouldn't normally have compassion. I now see a different dynamic of who I am. And I see humanity. I see animals. I see
Yep.
life. I see air. I smell the air. I breathe the air. I'm thankful for all kinds of stuff based on the little small stuff.
Because you got to slow down, bro. You got to slow down and look at life. But I do have to address a few things. For one, I love Eco Neighbor, and I know him for a fairly honest man. But Eco Neighbor just turned 32, y'all. So all that 50 and 60 shit, don't let him hit you with that, because this man just turned 32 years old a couple months back. Secondly, when you was talking, you made me think about when you was talking about the longevity of some of this equipment. Man, when we was in Africa, we broke bread for it, because we knew what we wanted and what we were trying to get done. The batteries that we brought, believe me, hold on, y'all. Let me clutch my pearl. There is some po folk in the world. This wasn't balling out, baby. This was buying the best we could get based off longevity. These batteries supposed to have a 5 to 7 year shelf life. These are solar batteries. We went through them in a year, and not even a year and a half. It was about, I don't know, man, maybe 14, 15 months. We went through batteries that were supposed to have a 5+ year shelf life because we used them all the time.
It's different, man. Let me tell you something like a light bulb. You know, when you used to buy those light bulbs, them old school light bulbs, it tell you that, oh, this one should last 5-year warranty or such, but you got to look at it. Just like tires on the car. It got a 60,000 or a 5-year, whichever one comes first. If you driving 60,000 miles in a year, yeah, tire ain't gonna last you but a year.
But a year. That's
but
it.
A year. They ain't lying. They ain't lying what they said they gonna do. They ain't misled you. They told you what the lifespan is, but you ain't calculate. You ain't calculate that, dog. This was one of the hottest summers. Wait a minute. This was the coldest winter of history in the last we experienced since this beautiful year of 2020. Stuff that our forefathers ain't seen maybe once in a lifetime and all that. Man, think about all the stuff that happened since 2020.
Right.
Eclipse, hurricanes, tornadoes, influx, grow zone change. Man,
Yeah.
I've been here for 50 years. I ain't never did no grow zone change in my life. All this stuff is like, it's almost remind me when the chip came out. When a personal computer came out and that chip came out, it changed the world.
Yes, sir.
It changed everything. You know,
sir.
you used to sit down and be like, I think I'm gonna holler at Jay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get me my pad. I'm gonna write Jay a note, and I'm gonna write him a letter, and then I'm gonna get my pen, write it out, and then fold that piece of paper. Get me an envelope. I'm gonna slide in an envelope. I might throw in a few seeds to him, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close the envelope. And then I gotta go get some stamps. Drive me about 20, 30 minutes. Go get me some stamps. Get them stamps. Put in the mailbox. And then wait for maybe a week or two. And then maybe he'll get the letter. And then Jay get the letter. And when he get the letter, he read the letter. When he gets some time, maybe another week or two. And then he sit down when he get a little time and he write down the letter. And then he send the letter back to me for a response. And then we talking about 2 or 3 months of one conversation. When right now, we online right now talking to each other right now.
Right.
That's how fast things have changed. And things are getting ready to change. So AI ain't no joke. I hope y'all ready. AI ain't no joke. And when they say that your rent is $1,500, and then now instead, just like the gas now, you know what they do with the gas, and a lot of times in Florida, they have them digital signs, and don't let a hurricane come through, whatever. But anyway, the digital sign, you'll pass by it in the morning time, the gas probably be one price, and then you come back through by lunchtime, be a different price. Then by the afternoon, it'll come back a different price. That was gonna be happening with all this stuff, man. Your rent, you instead of you think you got a 4 or 5 year lease or 1 year lease, you're gonna have months, month to month. Next
Yep.
thing you know, you in a battle with somebody you don't even know. And this is the thing. Don't you want to lock in? Yeah, I got to pay for taxes. Yeah, I might have to pay some insurance or something like that. Or you can self-insure if you go real low. If you get your nice knockabout mobile home, or get your a older home and you fix it up, or you take your time, you build you a home or whatever you do, and you don't have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of costs. You take that $1,000 you would give to the insurance company, and then you put it into maybe an IRA, or you put it into a interest bearing account, or you invested in something and you become self-insured. And if something happens, you go and spend that another 30, 40, $50,000 and you go put something else right back out there. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
But you have that choice. When you go in and you dive in, you have a choice. Like if I choose not to buy another collard green or another carrot, I can do it right out here.
Mm-hmm.
If I choose that I'm gonna grow enough beets for the rest of this year, I could do it.
Yep.
I can minimize my outgo.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Yes, sir.
don't having options is what makes life good. Put yourself in a situation where you can make options in your life rather than obligations. Because I'm
Come on.
telling you,
Ooh,
when people come
hashtag
knocking on your
bar.
door, when people come
Bar.
knocking on your door and you no longer have a dog in a hunt, and they tell you what they're gonna do to you and to your stuff that's in your house, and you
Yep.
don't have a decision and you don't have enough time, and even if you got the best credit, you got the best savings, you still gotta go look for this and look. People ain't caring no more. And the crazy thing is, corporations does not have a pulse.
Right.
Corporations do not have emotions.
Right.
Corporations do not have compassion.
Right.
And we don't see it right now, but on down the road, we gonna need to own some stuff where we got some compassion, where I'll be like, damn, Jay, y'all shouldn't be going through that. Man, come on out here, man. Come on out here.
Hey,
And,
ego.
and you working from the house, right? You
Yeah.
working internet, man. Don't worry about how much it is per month. Come on out here. Stack up your bread. You need a little time. Stack up your bread, and then be great. Go and be great. There ain't nothing like giving your kids, giving your friends, giving your people you care about those options, and they no longer are doing self-defeating habits. Now
Right.
what they're doing, they got options now,
Hey,
and that's
ego.
what we need. Yes, sir.
Ego.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry.
no, bro, because you on fire, man. I'm gonna let you cook. I want you to keep cooking. But bro, man, y'all please put hashtag options rather than obligations in the chat if you
All day
hear what
long.
my brother's saying, because
All day long.
I'm tagging that to you, baby, because that ain't come from me. That's bruh. Options rather than obligations. When you can set yourself up, even though you may be planting seeds to trees that you may not live under or enjoy the shade of them. That's what you basically said, man. Adina Collins feel it. Everybody feel it, dog. This is you got to set yourself for some options. It ain't saying you're gonna be rich. You ain't gonna have no troubles. Life gonna be hunky dory. But if need be, you can get out on your own stuff and grow yourself something to eat, man. Come
Check this
on,
out.
dog.
Check this out. This is in history. This is written in the book of life. And I'm not going to go deep off into that. But if you sit
You can
down and
talk
you read
about
about
whatever.
Egypt, but you sit down, you read about Egypt, and you read about that young boy that ended up saving Egypt when he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't save himself, but he didn't need to save himself because the higher power had him. But if you look at what separated them in the famine, right? What separated them? They had options, because what they did, they stacked when it was in plenty, because they knew that in the season of plenty there was going to be a drought. And then what they did, they stacked upon stacked upon stacked, and then guess what they was able to do? Bless others during the time of that drought, and they was able to make more and gain more power and get more control during the time of disparity, during
Mm,
the time of not having, during the time of people dying, during the time of people getting sick, during all of that time. There's nothing like having options. When I think about
mm.
my big mama, when I think about my grandmama, when I think about my mama said this. We grew up. A lot of times she said she barely had shoes. She maybe had one or two dresses, sharecroppers,
My
South,
God.
in the South, working
Same.
in the fields, working in the
Same.
fields, not owning nothing. But one thing she told me, she said she did not know that she did not have until she moved with her aunt to Miami, Florida.
Mm,
And
mm, mm,
that's when she learned as a young adult. But before then, she said, I did not know. You want to know why? Because they had options. When they wanted to eat, they had something to eat.
mm,
When they wanted to have clothes, they took patches and pieces and they put that stuff together. When they needed water, they had water. When they needed shelter, they had shelter. We got
mm.
to get back to the fundamental stuff on what do you really need in life?
My
What
God.
do you really need in life to survive? Because when it hits the fan or when during the time of drought, if it's something about this, I just got paid and I paid all my bills. I got food in the pantry. My car is gassed up,
Mm, mm.
and I got some decent clothes, and we ain't worried about no electric bill, no nothing like that. Even if you broke, even if you ain't got no money, it hits different.
It hit
It
different.
hits different.
It
When you
hit
can get
different.
in that car, you turn that key and you say thank you, thank you, thank you, and you look at that hand. Back in the days, the hand would go from the E all the way to the F.
Mm,
And just say the hand go from the E to the F and you ain't got no money in your pocket. And then you go and you look at that sack next to you on the car seat on the passenger side and you see some food and the paper bag is sweating because you know it's some fried chicken in that bad boy. And
mm,
then you drive down to a job and you be like, man, I ain't got no money, but I got some gas. And if I just do the right thing, I can
mm,
make it through this month. If I do the right thing, I can make it through this week. If I do the right thing, I can make it through this next week. And
mm,
then boom, before you know it, you got 3 paychecks in a month. And then all of a sudden, look at this. And
mm,
then in the time of plenty, what you gonna do? Okay, you got 3 checks. Now strategize to put yourself during the famine. Because having options, you ain't got to swipe no card because you broke. You ain't got to go and pay for a chicken sandwich meal for the next 5 years because you ain't got no money.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Stuff just gotta make sense, man. We gotta get back to the fundamentals, basics of just
Back to the
what's really
fundamentals,
important.
bro. I,
What's really important?
I ain't now. I knew we were gonna have a great conversation. I ain't know you were gonna come over here and I don't know. Hold on, how you put a now? I work with StreamYard pretty well, but I don't know how you pass the collection plate over. I mean,
But stop.
no,
Man, stop,
I'm
man.
serious, bro.
No,
Hey,
no, but this be lifing. You know what I'm saying?
hell
I'm trying to say to those that going through that, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're feeling. And I don't like feeling like that. And if I can share something or we can share something that can help somebody not to feel like that, why not, man? Why not?
absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Hey, Sassy, and everybody else who done came in. Y'all, if y'all got questions before we have to let Eco Neighbor
Yeah,
go,
man.
if y'all got questions, get your questions together. And in the meantime, Eco, I know you can't even see the chat. I wish you could. When you
I
watch
can't,
this,
man. I can't, man.
bro, when you watch this replay, you gonna see you gonna see you getting you people feeling your message. But in the meantime, it ain't nothing fancy about this here at all. It ain't nothing fancy about this. This is something I want to do for my brother Eka. Well, not for him, but just because of this live. I got some Africa's best seeds right
Cool,
here.
cool.
Everybody can get their hand on some cabbage over here in the US. It ain't a big deal. But in honor of my brother Eco Neighbor, I want to pass out these seeds right here. Eco, now you can't see the chat, so I'm gonna let Gigi. Gigi, do you have access to the private chat? If you could pick a number, send me a number in the private chat. And no, you can't win, Gigi. But
All we do is win, baby.
there you go. All
All
we
we
do
do
is
is
win,
win.
win, win, win. Look, you from Florida. Look here. Now, Gigi, you send me a number. Matter of fact, you can send it however you need to send it. You pick a number. I'm gonna write it down, and that's gonna be whoever get these seeds right here. It ain't nothing fancy. It ain't look. The fact that they from Africa is about it. EA seeds, Africa best. This is a country
Cool.
out of Kenya. This is a huge. You will have. Look, y'all. It's the seeds run all the way up
Wow.
to right here. This is a 25. Let me see if I can put that over here.
Multiple years, man. Multiple years.
That's 25 grams of seeds, and this whole pack is full. You could give to your whole community, and everybody
Yeah.
gonna have
Yeah.
cabbage. So, in honor of Eco Neighbor, this week's Friday fave, I'm going to send these to somebody for whoever pick a number. Gigi, I need you to send me a pick a number because Rob can't, Eco can't do it. Hey, Yankee Sister Homestead, and by the way, y'all get y'all questions together. This man ain't got a lot of time now, and if you ain't got a whole bunch of $37 laying around to be giving him for his time. Okay, Gigi. For his time and effort, he dropped. What's up, Country Hustle? Yankee Sister,
What's up,
everybody.
cousin, huh? Yankee sisters.
Y'all get y'all questions together before y'all start buying land out in areas you can't even wrap your mind around. Hell, because I'm surrounded by man, look, bro, it's cypress trees down here about like how it is in Florida. It's cypress trees. It ain't nothing to see. Okay, I got you, Gigi. So I'm gonna start the matter of fact, I ain't even gonna do that. I'm gonna let Eco decide when he ready, and then we gonna start the drawing. So Gigi done sent me the number. I'm going to write it down and have it prepared and ready, and we gonna take it from there. Let me write this number down real good and solid, so can't nobody say, "Oh, that wasn't right." Let me see him. Eco,
What up?
while it's on my mind, man, I wanna you ain't ate no iguana lately, have you? I sure can't wait to taste one.
You know what? I went on a binge maybe like a year or so ago, man. I
Uh-huh.
don't know, man. I think them things taste. Some of them say they taste better than chicken, man.
Man,
I
I
was
can't.
I almost bought me a bow, man, and just cause boy, hey, they getting them in South Florida, man. They getting them, but they gotta get them, man, because when
Yeah.
I think a few, well, you know, I used to, you know, I would say I no longer work for the space that I worked for in
Right.
January, you know. But prior to then, I traveled the whole state of Florida, all during the year. And
Uh-huh.
every time you go down there by Belle Glades and South, you just be sitting up under a tree and you see a little Gila monster running around, man. You be like, I mean, here we got chameleons and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we might have a little thick, I don't know what it is because some of these lizards, like I said, I'm used to Florida, and
Right.
my dad from South Florida, and so I'm
Yeah.
used to seeing it, but I ain't seen no iguanas and stuff like that, like it used to be, man. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like right now, man, this is unheard of. And then you know when that little frost hit Orlando around there, boy, they were freezing, man.
Right. I know it was like 56 degrees. Folk had on Timberlands and them jackets with the fur around the hood and stuff.
But just like them Gators though, just like them Gators, they learning they learning
Yeah.
to build that cold tolerance,
Yep.
and through that evolution of the ones that did survive, they gonna
Right.
start mating, and when they start mating, they gonna get stronger and stronger, just like them snakes down there. If you
Yep.
notice, they creeping on up. The snakes are getting, I think they south of Orlando now, so
Yeah.
It's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, RLM? How y'all doing, family? Y'all, please get y'all questions together so when Eco get ready, we can do this giveaway real quick. But you know what, bro? You say that about them iguanas and stuff. We're crazy, man. So when I was a boy growing up, because I grew up in the city, back and forth between, Dallas and around here and stuff like that. Man,
Mhm.
armadillos was everywhere. It was like hitting the deer. I mean, in the city on the I ain't seen an armadillo since I've been back, but I've been
Are
talking
you
to people who all the way in I think one of them was Odoms. I was Odoms a homestead, and then I was talking to somebody in South Carolina, and they talking about armadillos well over there. Bruh, I don't know what's going on with the animals, why they moving, why they shifting, why they adapting the way they adapting, but it's something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm glad you're saying that. That's why it's so important that we got to connect with nature, y'all. It saddens me that we are so disconnected from nature that we not learning the lessons of nature because they know what to do. They see
Mm-hmm.
the times are changing. They are
Mm-hmm.
adapting to those changes. You're gonna
Yep.
see animals migrate. You're gonna see a lot of stuff because we be talking about extinction and all that. It's either you or that. And
Yep.
so one of the beautiful things that I like about watching nature, they start to show you when the rain coming
Yes,
or
sir.
when a storm finna come in.
Yep.
You know, you start seeing birds early perch. You don't hear them on certain times. They come in certain areas. Man, it's so much we could learn. And and
Yes,
and
sir.
and and if we're not paying attention, we're gonna have to adapt too. We're gonna have to pay attention. We have to move around because it's crazy, man, but it's real.
It
Life
is.
is beautiful though. Life is
And
beautiful. We just pay
you know,
attention to it.
I heard something, man, recently, and I'm gonna get to this drawing since you ain't said nothing yet, because I'm ready for. Okay, I started to see some questions for Eco Neighbor coming in, so I'm gonna get to this drawing. But bro, I just heard recent. I want to say I forget two different articles I read, and I saw it online. I didn't know that people couldn't smell rain coming. I thought that's something everybody smelled. I just you smell rain, don't you? You like
Yeah, you better believe that.
I didn't know people couldn't smell rain, man. I
Yeah.
thought that was just like uh uh
But
uh uh
but you know some my brother, this is crazy. Do you know that a lot of our senses will tell us about a lot of stuff like rain? Some people say, well, my
mhm.
arthritis starting to act up, or I feel a little this, your
Yeah,
mood, your
yeah.
skin hairs, your
Right,
your eyes,
right.
the moisture in your mouth,
Yep.
your nasal cavities, your temp. You start learning so much stuff if you just start saying, get your calendar, just say every time it rains, what happens in my body, or
In
every
my
time a
body.
storm
Yep,
come through.
yep.
You know, like me, I suffer from anxiety, right? So I can
Me too.
always tell when a real bad storm is coming because I get a lot of anxiety even before it gets here. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was like, just this last storm, I couldn't even sleep. It wasn't that it's not that I'm afraid. It's I believe it deals with barometric pressure and
Yep,
it deals with a lot of the different gravitational pulls, like the tides and all that.
yep.
And what happens is your body go through stress. And
Yes,
when your
sir.
body is going through stress, you know, if you're dealing with anxiety, any little thing that you think you automatically thinking, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Or
Uh-huh.
this and that, you in that mode of what's gonna happen to me. And so
Uh-huh.
once you start documenting and start keeping track of that kind of stuff, you start noticing that your body reacts to different stuff and you can tell stuff happens before it happens. Have you ever thought about how in the world does these animals survive these storms with no shelter?
Come on, man.
Man, think
Yes.
about it. Really think about it.
Think about it.
How
Think
how
about
how how do you not see sometimes in some of this flood? Now I'm not saying always, but it'll flood a little bit. Why you don't see dead animals all over the place?
it.
Why all of a sudden you start seeing lizards crawling up high in trees and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why all of
Mm-hmm.
a sudden even gators start walking and walking around, and then all of a sudden they out the pond, and then they start transitioning from low lying area to man, man, it's so much. It just be
Yes,
crazy stuff, man. And if you pay attention, but if you're working all the time, and if you're going in this rat race, and if you keeping up with the latest trends, and if you got looked into the phone, and if you chatting and you doing this and you doing that and you chasing that almighty dollar all the time, you ain't seeing the blades of grass change. You ain't seeing the
absolutely.
clouds gather. You ain't smelling the rain. It's a lot that you're not paying attention to, you know.
Absolutely.
And then
And
you look around and you say, "Damn, my child 19, my child 22 years old, and did I miss my child life?" And then we justify it by saying, "Well, I took care of them. I made sure they didn't go without." But is
mm-hmm.
that really living? Is that really living?
Exactly. Any of us, whoever that had that kind of job, man, I won't just liken it to the military. Sometimes it could be like, hell, you could even take football practice. You could even take
Oh,
what they keep you so busy. Whomever's in
mhm,
control. Let's say that
mhm.
the powers that be, whatever the hell you want to call it, keep you so busy you don't realize how much time done went by and how much you done missed. Uh, anybody for all my military people out here, anybody who done went to any kind of school, whether it's NCO Academy, basic training, ANOC, whatever school you went to, you so tired and so stressed out and you stay so busy engaging with this all this shit they got you doing, you don't
Mhm.
realize 10 weeks done went by, 8 weeks done went by, but at the end of the day, that's 2 months out of your life your ass ain't never gonna
Never
get back.
getting back.
You will never
Time.
get it back.
Time is our best equitable value. This time thing, man,
Yeah,
it's something that's so precious. And I'm
it's our
telling you, it,
Eco, I don't mean
yeah.
to cut you off, bro, but
No,
this
no,
our
we're good.
first
We're
off,
good.
it's our only real commodity in a lot of ways. It's our only real commodity in a lot of ways. And you said something early in the conversation that you just reminded me to touch back on. Because you talked about time, quality time with family, stuff like that. I've lost them to 13 people since 2020. I'm not gonna say all of them was
Uh,
related to that thing. I ain't gonna say all of them related to that thing, but I will say this. You know what? And I'm gonna say this, Eco. I hope you don't mind me saying it because you up here. Uh, but you alluded to it. The one thing they all had in common, I'm talking about everything from grandmothers to mothers to my mother, my father. You know what they all had in common? When they left this realm of existence, all they shit was still here. So, with that being said, put it in perspective with accordance to however you feel. Because at the end of the day, if you're not loving on and being loved by your friends and your family, you ain't got somebody to share with. You can have all of this and you can have all of that. And don't get me wrong, I like nice stuff too. Hell,
Ain't
sometimes
nothing
I
wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
ain't nothing wrong with it.
But this is the thing, man. It's just like eating. It's just like working out. It's just like sleeping. It's just like all kinds of things. It's a balance, y'all. Nothing wrong with going to get that 5, 6, 10 bedroom house. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with getting that Maybach. Ain't nothing wrong with none of that. But
Mm-mm.
but this is the thing. The Maybach that you bought in 2010, and then now you in 2024, and you done gone through 3 and 4 of them. You didn't realize that between 2010 and 24, that's 14 years. You know
14.
what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with I ain't knocking none of that. But if it's
Mm-mm.
taking 14 years of your life just to maintain a certain status,
Right,
when do you
right,
have time to live? You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because I've been
right.
there, done that. I'm just as guilty as the next person.
Me
Just
too.
chasing. That's why I'm saying they, man, last year I bust 50. And I'm like, man, please, y'all. Please, if I got anything to tell you, slow down, take your time, enjoy life, enjoy the things that matter in your life. Because I'm telling you, you can't get it back. Once it's gone, you can't get it back.
You can't
My
get it
my
back.
uncle, my uncle, my uncle, and round of March of 2020. I think it was March. My
Yes, sir.
uncle, my uncle had his in-laws, his wife, family. They went to um a repast, and then when they went there, they didn't know that it was two people um that were infected, right?
Uh-huh.
And this made the news and everything, right? Within a matter of 2 weeks, I don't want to tell you about how many funerals they went to. They lost 23 members of their family
My God.
within 2 weeks. 23. And what I'm saying to y'all, there ain't no way in the world. And I'm talking about the age groups was all over the place. It was no, well, they was 80, 90. No.
Right,
The age
right,
group
right,
was all over the place.
right.
And what I'm saying is that from the 20 some odd year old to the
Mm-hmm.
60 some odd year old, I guarantee you, if they could just get that thing called time,
Yes, sir.
they would rock that time a little bit different. They would rock that time a little bit different.
Yep. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. These is real life. This real life we talking about, and
Yeah,
I hope it sink in for somebody. So in the meantime, I'm going to bro, you deep. We gonna talk some more on the other side of this because I got to get back to some of the questions I see in the chat for you, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up. But first, and normally people do this at the end because now I'm gonna wag my finger at every one of y'all if this chat drop down. First off, we got 50 plus people in here. I hope we got 51 thumbs up. If it's a mod in here, before we do this, please drop Eco Neighbors link again and drop GG Natural link again, and we gonna get this underway. So I ain't gonna do it at the end to keep y'all around. Hell, I want people who want to hear what we talking about. So even after the little seed giveaway, whatever, this for these right here, it ain't nothing but some cabbage. It ain't nothing fancy. They just happen to be from Africa, and I'm doing this for my brother Eco Neighbor, Africa's best seed company, coming out of Kenya, coming out of Kenya. So y'all check them out and yada yada. But with that being said, the number is between 1 and 100. GG, if you see it, and before I see it, or if I get it wrong or something, let me know. And go. Go. Y'all go. Start guessing. Start guessing.
they don't get no George Jefferson there, man.
Not yet. Not
Oh,
yet.
okay, okay.
Let's get it. I don't see it yet. My Renaissance grandma, mama, you been in here this whole time, boy. It'll pull them out the bushes, won't
What's up, Miss V?
it? Man, I gotta get me some of that soap. Speaking of Texas and Florida, man, her soap keep them mosquitoes off of you, boy. And we finna start doing more fishing, so I sure got to
That's
get me
what's
some of
up.
that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
They make great products, man, hands down, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's the only soap that I've used outside of Gigi soap.
Oh, I think I see it. I think I see it. Gigi, you see it too? I see it. I know I see it. And that's the first one.
She must pick the odd number.
She picked a good number. I'll say that. She picked a good number. Let me make sure. I'm going back up through my chat, y'all. I'm going back up through my chat. Make sure ain't nobody else put it in here. And Gigi, you correct me if I miss it. No, I don't see it. I think okay. Okay, hold on. Come here, you. Okay. Yep. Yep. All right. So the winner is all you gotta do is shoot me your PO box, man. Bam. Country
Country
Hustle.
Hustle 101. Congratulations.
Congratulations, man. Get you some of the African cabbage.
Yeah, I would imagine she would pick that raggedy number, right? The Aries something else, man. The Aries or something else. You wouldn't know nothing about that though.
Bro, I'm married to one.
I know.
What you talking?
I know.
They a handful.
Yeah, man.
Hey, country hustle, email us at africandreaming@gmail.com and we'll work out all the details. And since you already emailing africandreaming@gmail.com, you can also email me about taking the free email class for $37. And I'll get you sorted out, bro. See, Eco, here's the thing. This is what they missing, man. Them is administrative fees, bro. The class is free. Those are administrative fees that accrue based off of, my electricity, my administration, and all the things I have to set in place.
I get it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna knock the hustle, man. I understand, man. I mean, we these days we pay for water now, so why wouldn't we?
Yes, sir. It's real out here. The 308s and 22s ain't gonna buy themselves. You feel me? Somebody got to pay for them, John.
And it take a lot to keep them fed too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Eco, I'm trying to get back to these questions. Because there was a few questions for you. Yeah, man. These folks ain't with me when I go to academy or wherever I go and get my little freedom seed, so I can.
But isn't it a good thing now to be able to go to those places and then actually see something on the shelf, man?
Oh man, what you mean?
I mean that gap lasted for a while, man.
Yeah, it did. And I wasn't even here for most of it. I was just watching the prices go up, and then when I got back to the States and seen them in real life, I was like, "What the heck, bro? Something else I'm finna do." Eco, I don't even eat corn like that. I like corn, but I like sweet corn. Bruh, I'm getting ready to take about a little less than a quarter acre and just grow corn and dry it out for next season. I will grow more, but I ain't got nowhere to put it. And I don't want a whole bunch of pests. But, I love hog hunting and stuff. So when it come to this, man, I'm so tired. I was saying this last night, I think on Odom's Live. Man, I'm tired of buying these doggone $9 and $10 bags of corn, dog. When I know good and damn well I can grow it myself. I'm getting that's $100. Man, look, by the time we drive to town, spend the gas, if I get 5 bags, that's $50 plus probably another $10, $12, $15 in gas. I'm just tired of it, man. I'm tired of it, bro.
Well, you gotta do like the old school sometime. Buy you some rye and then even buy some chicken feed or something out there. With the the chicken feed with the seeds and stuff in there, with the corn, and seeds and stuff. Because a lot of times, just the rye itself, they'll come and play around right there.
It be them squirrels really tend like that. I took
well, they follow each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And they you can't tell me animals don't talk and tell each other.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I know they talk.
I got a I think it's a cardinal. Every time I'm walking through the woods. and the next thing you know, there go the dogs. They go to running because they know that the dogs don't realize they chirping at us.
Right.
But they know the fact that they chirping is something that they telling something else, and so they go running off.
Yeah. They all know. They got a language that we can't quite. We ain't on the same frequency, but them animals are smart. Y'all, I seen 2 questions earlier. I can't remember. What's up, Loving Life? If whoever put that question is in here still, I apologize, but it's too far up in my whatchamacallit. Any questions for Eco Neighbor, which y'all should check out one of his recent videos about purchasing land. Don't get it twisted. The brother cleaned up real well. He look all professional. Hell, I damn near bought something and didn't even know what it was just because of how he was looking. So I'm just saying now, if you interested in land purchasing, land investment, whatever. Talk to him, talk to Gigi, go over to their channel, check. Don't just take African Dreaming word for it. Forget Jay. You go over and look at what they've done, what they've accomplished, what they're doing, and then listen to their skill set and knowledge and see if you know, especially if you're in the Florida area, uh, hell, anywhere. If even they could say, I can't help you, but I can point you in this direction, you should go holler at them anyway. Now, I'm also going to say this. I have an odd obsession. I don't know why. I've never been there in my life. But one of these days, I want to go to Panama City. I don't know why. It's on my bucket list. It's on my bucket list to go to Panama City one day. And
Just pick the right time of the year when you go. You good.
yeah, well,
It's beautiful year round, but it depends on what you want. Sometimes try to get in the water. You know, we in the north, so
mm-hmm,
the Gulf Coast does not lend its way to getting in the water sometimes, even though the
right,
Gulf is
right,
warmer. But I would say Northwest Florida has the most beautiful beaches, and I would claim that uh, hands down. When you go to a beautiful place called Destin, Florida, you go 38, you go Panama City, you go. It's so many places up through there, man. That it'll be an experience that you really had not had the chance to do, which I would recommend that you do it. But spring
right.
break, I wouldn't recommend you do it at that time.
Well, you know, hey, bro, spring break done changed down y'all way, well, especially down in Miami. I'm gonna say South Florida, South
No,
Florida.
all of it, all of Florida. Florida has changed, period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we won't even touch on that right there.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's another lie. That's another lie right there.
Hey, so here's one of your first questions, Eco, and y'all better get these in because I can't hold these man all day now. I only got
Yeah,
about
man. We too
4 minutes.
strong, man. We 2 hours and 8 minutes strong, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, Adina Collins, who is over here in the great state of Texas. Shout out Texas. Woo.
Big
Yeah.
Texas, baby. Everything big in Texas.
Yes, sir. Adina Collins said, question for Eco slash Gigi. What's the most rewarding thing you've experienced so far creating your own homestead?
I can't say the most. I would say the whole process in itself. Um, I don't know. I don't know your experience, Miss Collins. I don't know what you like, but if you like outdoors, first of all, imagine you create your own neighborhood. Imagine you create your own sidewalk. Imagine you name your own roads. Imagine you are neighbors with nature and you watch patterns of certain animals and y'all have like a fellowship. Imagine when you complete a task, you have this sense of like completeness and accomplishment. Imagine you plant something that for generations, if nothing disrupted,
Yeah,
generations will admire it and appreciate it. It's just like planting a fruit tree. You know what I'm
right,
saying? You
right.
put a fruit tree in the ground and you got to understand you feed a whole tribe of people
Yep,
that you might never met if it's not disrupted.
right.
But I would say some of the most rewarding is just being able to wake up in the morning and you're not waking up by alarm clock, but you're waking up by birds singing and you never heard the sun rise. But out here you hear the sun rise. You feel
Mm,
the sun rise. You
mm.
know, you feel the great creator kissing you on your forehead and just allowing you to be slowly awakened. And then you watching plants wake up from their sleep. You watching the dew drip and you watching birds partake of just drinking from that. You see
Mm.
so many beautiful things that you don't even pay attention to. You never paid attention to a butterfly with morning dew, and you see the butterfly shake off the morning dew, and then you sit there and you watch it stretch its wings, and you can feel the vibration of the butterfly waking up and getting stronger and stronger. And then you just see flowers that open up, and then they just radiate nothing but beauty and give all day, all the way into the evening, and then they close right back up. You know, it's just so many different things to behold and to watch and to enjoy. And time itself slows down. It's a way in regaining your time. You know, think about this. You sitting down in the morning and you might be having your herbal tea. You might be having water, coffee, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. And then you watching a flower open up, or you watching a leaf unfold. Do you know how long did that take? See, how long did that take? Did you set your timer for that flower to unfold? Did you set your timer for that bird to come at its usual spot? No, it's just like just enjoying and embracing life and time. And so for me, the most gratifying experience, the most rewarding experience is just being out here and being here in life. You know what I'm saying? Being a part of the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Being out here on Eco Nation, where you just like your forefathers and your foremothers, where they had a piece of space and they took care of that space and they managed that space. And that's what it does, man. It's just rewarding all over, you know.
I'm damn near encapsulated, boy. I want to love Jones Snap because I ain't said it. I'm
Stop.
I'm for real. I'm gonna start calling you Eco Hughes, like Sanchez or somebody. This boy, he just did a dialogue on a whole damn a piece of poetry.
But tell me this, my brother. Haven't you seen it?
Hell yeah, I done seen
That's
it's
what I'm
beautiful.
talking about, man. And this is the thing. It don't matter whether you here in the States or you in Africa. Nature is nature. And you can't
Mm-hmm.
stop it. And you can't stop it. And you don't want to stop it. And you can't get enough of it. That's the beautiful thing
Absolutely,
about it, man.
absolutely.
It's better than any TV show. It's better than any live. It's better than anything. Just to watch. Have you ever just thought about laying in your bed when you go into a sleep? And while you sleeping, creator sitting there making the next day for you, preparing the next day for you.
Right.
And then it's disrespectful for you to wake up and in a hurry and rushing and not see how he perfected that flower to unfold just for you.
Yep.
Set it there just for you because it's a nature flower. It ain't one of them kinds you plant. It's a natural flower in that environment and created it right there for you to behold and enjoy. And you walk right past and you just gone about your day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't even notice it.
They don't even
We
notice it.
we I swear sometimes I wonder how not only if we live in the matrix, but how deep it is and so on and so forth. But I'm gonna say this, man. I was out rabbit hunting one time and
Mm-hmm.
I had kind of posted up a little bit and I saw some wasps. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
like wasps. We need bees, but I don't
Not
like.
a lot of people don't like walls, man.
But bruh, I was looking at these wasps because I was sitting so still for so long. I just kept looking at them, right? And watch it. Can you imagine? First off, entertain me, y'all, for a minute. You see how big my mouth is. Think about how big a wasp's mouth or whatever is carrying this little piece of mud is,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you watch them come back and just little bit by little bit, all of them doing something. You can't really see exactly what they doing because they too little and they away from me, a nice little distance, but close enough. And then the next thing you see is just this little tiny hole, and they building their house. They building their house. Just little bit by little bit. I'm talking about this take hours to watch. I'm sitting here being still like I'm a scout or something or a sniper. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got number time. They probably looking at me. I'm looking at them. Y'all, nature is all around us, and we are, whether we like it or not, No matter how much it's real.
and what the wasps build their nest out of? Have you ever watched them cut out a leaf of a ligustrum plant?
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And then when they make that cutting for the ligustrum plant, they go and they take it and they process it in their mouth. Then it comes out like paper machete. Come on, man,
Nate, bro,
this thing is amazing. Take a spitball and make a house, man.
bruh, it's wild out here. It's wild out here. You just gotta slow down. I was watching when we first moved to Africa, and you got some more comments. But I'm gonna put what Teasley said up. Oh, I gotta get to this question first. Let me get back to the last one. It was from they actually they a good channel, man.
What's the
Love
question?
and Life. Question for Eco. But I want to say this first.
Okay.
I used to watch this monk. And I did this in real life. It's a Buddhist channel. It's a Buddhist monk, and he was talking about how on the way to the whatever monastery or wherever he was going, he had been over there to that one like hundreds of times. And one day, and it was up a hill. And one day he told the dude, his driver, to drop him off at the bottom of the hill because he wanted to watch. He wanted to walk and he wanted to watch. And all the things that had seemed like a blur to him, he remembered the shades of colors. He remembered the presence of this and the presence of that. But when he told his driver to drop him off and he walked up that hill, that thing that was a blur became a tree. The thing that was a blur became the color he remembered of a patch of flowers. I learned, and this is when I was in a messed up state, y'all. My mama had just passed away. My brother had passed away. I hadn't even been in Africa for 4 or 5 months yet, searching and looking for something to make all of this life make sense. I purposefully and deliberately started slowing down. And y'all, when you slow down, it's almost like Spaceballs or Star Wars. You know how they go to jet to hyper speed or whatever.
The warp and all that.
Warp speed. Thank you, bro. Warp
Yeah.
speed. Now everything's just a line and a blur. But as soon as they stop,
Come into focus.
pause again. Oh, come on.
Yeah. I feel you on that, bro. I feel you, man.
Yeah.
And most of us, we moving at warp speed and we don't realize it.
Don't realize it.
Don't realize it.
Yeah. The next question is Love and Life. Who is a good channel? This is a good channel. I don't even think this fun else did it, but it is something that could be addressed because it can help educate others. I know how I feel about it, but this is for Eco, so I'm gonna let him go first. Question Eco: When someone purchases some land and eminent domain comes knocking on the door, what can you do?
Well, if something came knocking on my door and if it was eminent domain, I would be glad that it's eminent domain because there's other collections of land where you don't get compensated. One good thing about eminent domain, you get compensated and there's a negotiation period. And wisdom and knowledge is the key. My family has been impacted by eminent domain, and you can have some success. You can have some successes through eminent domain. Changed a good close family member of mine life. He was able to go ahead and retire early because of that eminent domain.
Yeah.
My thing is, my perspective is, first of all, I think it goes back to what we said. Understand, we own nothing. None of this stuff we really own. We just buying space and time and some creativity and a little blank canvas every now and then, right? So with that mindset, let me ask you a question. What if you were renting and the landlord decide to go ahead and end your lease, and whether they paid such and such, but they decide to end your lease, or they came up and made up something saying you had bad habits in their property, like what they doing. That's the new trend right now. You got roaches. There were roaches there before they got there, but these the new trends they doing now. And then they terminate your lease, and then you gotta find a place within 30 days or 29 days by the time you got the notice, and then you serve a summons and you have no place to go and your stuff has been put out on the corner of a street. I'd rather for eminent domain to come there because it got to be a court proceeding for the hearing. There got to be negotiation. There got to be agreement. There's a process, and they don't put my stuff out on the street unless I decide that I'm going to book. But the longer I book, the longer that process
Right.
ends. I mean, the longer that process goes, right? So what I guess I would say is I've lost everything in my life. And when I say everything, I just full transparency. At one time, I was top of my career way back in that '08 thing, right? And I had multiple businesses. I lost my businesses. I lost my health. I lost my rental property. I had classic cars in my yard. I ain't talking about no one or two. I had cars for every month of the year. I had stuff paid for. It was no bunch of debt. I lost my brand new site built home. I lost a new car. And the only thing I didn't lose was my family, right? But I lost my pride. I lost my retirement. I lost everything. And one good thing about this thing called life, it's like a skill.
Yes,
You
sir.
can lose a job. You can even lose your career. But when you know how a skill, whether it's mechanic, welding, electrician, whatever, once you learn that skill, growing your own food, can't nobody take that away from you. And anything that somebody take that's tangible, you can amend it, you can get it back right. And every single time you're gonna get a little bit stronger and stronger. So now I ask my question. Okay, I had a 1,400 square foot house and I had another little home on maybe like a half an acre, and the other one was on maybe three quarters of an acre. And I had cars that was rusting and getting too expensive to pay for gas. And now what I traded for 20 acres and a cabin, RV, Annabelle, walking trails, fruit trees all over the place. Yeah, I traded all over again.
Yes, sir.
Because it's life after disappointment.
Yes, sir.
Don't get caught up in the disappointment. Get caught up in life after the disappointment. So my thing is, I would hope that wouldn't happen to me. But if it did, guess what I'll do? I would negotiate my behind off. I would just drag my feet until I get what I really want. First of all, I know what I want. Just like somebody asked me, can I hire you today? I know what amount I want to make. I know what amount, whether you want to break it down by the hour, by the week, or by the project. Same thing if somebody said, I'm coming to get this land right here, which it don't happen every day. A lot of people, they have these scares and fears. I much rather own or be having a mortgage on something than not have one. Because when that ends, I've been there multiple times. Every time I end my lease, I get nothing. Matter of fact, I think most of the time I had to pay, whether it was carpet cleaning, dings on the wall, and it was the carpet was garbage when I got there. But anyway, my thing is I walked away. Even my house got foreclosed. Guess what? It took about a year and a half, but they cut me a check because I had equity in my house. And even after they liquidated the house, they took the paid off the mortgage. And then they had their fees, they clean up fees, they listing fees and all that. They still cut me check for thousands of dollars. So I'm like, if you do the preparation on the front end and you get a good deal going in on the front end and you get it at a great cost on the front end, it's something about that thing called land. It's something that countries come dismantling of. It's something that tribes and cultures have been murdered for. It's something about that thing called land. It's something about the creator came down and said, I give you what? A garden. I give you land. I give you area. I give you area to expand. That thing we shouldn't suppress. And the moment you get an opportunity to own something called land, expand your portfolio. What's good in having all this retirement and then now you spending all the retirement in leasing and rent because now you're planning to be retired for 20 years, but you end up living for 40 years. And then
Ooh.
instead of you not owning nothing, instead of you not taking that, now you turn it around and you say, "Man, I'm 30 years in, I still got another 10 or 12 years of here, and I own nothing." This the thing. This the thing about this crazy thing.
Eco,
When you get
Eco,
real
Eco,
tight,
Eco, keep
yeah.
your thought. Hold on. Damn it, I didn't even want to. Can we get some Love Jones snaps in this junk right here? Cause I need to see some snaps or something. Cause this man right here is talking so much truth, so much real. At the end of the day, and I love you and Gigi, and don't forget where you left off, bro. Don't forget where you left off. But you and Gigi, this is something I can appreciate and understand, and especially with what you've shared, the ups, the downs, the shit in between this and that. I'm gonna tell you something, family. My wife, the best thing since running water and sliced bread.
Amen.
Cause
Amen. Amen.
the shit we've been through together.
Yep.
I've been with her since I was in my early 20s, baby. I didn't even know how hard life was gonna be.
They
And
don't say eco without saying Gigi. They
come
don't
on,
say eco without saying Gigi. It's time I be live. Gigi ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about, none of this. But you know when they say eco, Gigi, eco and or Gigi, because they
yeah.
know when they speak to both of us.
Well, come on,
And
come on.
everything that I've done and I achieved and I accomplished would be nothing if I didn't have my Gigi. And one of the things I couldn't even obtain it if it weren't for my Gigi.
Yes,
So
sir.
so that's like it's almost like no, I'm not going down that road. But it's almost like it's almost like when you call let me make it plain, a football team, and you say something about Atlanta Falcons. You
Mm-hmm.
talking to the fans, you talking to the team, you talking to the owner, you talking to all of them. It's all one. It come with a package,
Yes,
right?
sir.
That's what
Yes,
it
sir.
is. That's what
It's
it
a
is.
package.
It's
It's a package.
understood.
And because we've had, man, I'm telling you, bro. When I was stationed in Colorado, man, I'm talking about house, garage. Then came back from deployment, got the sports car sitting in there, got the Jeep sitting over there, motorcycle, all that shit. Everything just can't be no better than what it is.
Yeah.
When that shit ain't there no more, and that woman still is. And
Woo.
that woman still, baby, you can lose your hair, you can lose an eye, you can lose a titty. I don't, whatever. We in this together, baby.
You know what it like. You know what it like. Just like
Man,
what I told you. It's just like what I told you. It's just like being broke, but you look to the side in that passenger seat and you see that sweaty paper bag and you know you got some chicken in there. You might be broke, but oh my God, you fed, brother. You fed. Ain't
you
nothing like that, my
fed,
brother.
baby.
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing like that.
yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off. You
No,
can
no,
go.
no, no, no. I'm just the only thing I'm gonna say, always remember, fam, if stuff gets hot, stuff get real taxing to you, don't stress about it. The worst thing come to worst, if things get awry, and just understand this. You might go to my channel next week, next month, a year from now, and I'm living in a house with a mortgage, whatever. You got options. Because this is the thing. If I said, I'm good. I've experienced it. I've done this. This been nice. This been fun. This is another chapter of my life. I read transition. Now, what about me getting a condo at Panama City on the beach? And then now I say I'm finna cash in this 20 acres, and then say I built the house or whatever, and then I cashed all that in. Guess what? Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the equity out of that, and then I
Yeah,
buy my condo and I sit in my 200 or 400 square foot condo and flip the channels on the TV. Don't be mad. Just understand that he doing what he want to do. He doing the life, and he's taking every option that he can take. And you can do the same thing too. You can do the same thing too. Turn loose all these balls and chains in your life. Let that
yes,
stuff go and look and see what's really important, and then make your investment wise and get it low. Go in low. So that means you got to be prepared. You got to have a little patience. You got to be searching. You got to be looking when ain't nobody looking. You got to be buying when ain't nobody buying. You got to be eating when everybody's starving. And then next thing you know, guess what happens? Opportunity will come. And when opportunity comes, because you prepared for it, Now
Yep.
you can jump on it, and then guess what happened? You got options because you
Ab-
got assets. And when you got assets, you got something that somebody else's won't. And if you got something that somebody else won't, you got something that's called value or price or selling price or whatever exchange, bartering, whatever you want to call it.
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, talk to him a little bit more, Eco. Hold on. There's somebody in the driveway. Hold on.
All right, all right, all right. I don't really know what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna talk a
You
little
know
bit
what?
about what's going on right now, what's going on with us and the homestead. Y'all stay tuned. We're getting this journey, going through this electrical power situation. Some of this we won't be talking about for right now because we got to go through the journey. But we got a lot of different projects. We got of course, y'all seen the channel. I'm trying to build a pond. Well, I am building a pond. I'm going to speak it into existence. I'm trying my best to get rid of that word try. I am building a pond. Never built one before. Never, but I always wanted one. And I see the opportunity permits itself. And it's fun learning. It's fun doing things that you haven't never done before, never cleared any land like this before, never bought a cottage before. It's a lot of stuff you don't know, but you try it. And so what if it don't go right? You scratch it and you start all over again. That's why man made pencils with erasers. You know, you just erase it and you start all over again because once again, what's the currency? Time. Time is the currency. So if you're fulfilling your goals and your dreams and you enjoy doing that, time is not so taxing. But if you saying, hey, I want this, and I'm spending so much time to acquire this, and I hate doing this just to get this, then you got to question yourself about how you invest in your time.
Amen. Hey, but thank you for holding it down, bro. And for
Yeah.
two, I'm gonna give you the last word, man, before we
Yes, sir.
wind down and get out of here. But I'm gonna say this uh to the last thing you spoke on. Family, if you want to change your mind, if you readjust, as we get older, that's something else life done taught me. You don't know what you gonna do, how you gonna do it, how you gonna feel, or what you up to 20 years from now, Lord willing, and you live to have a long, prosperous, productive life. Uh, we homestead now. Me, y'all, everybody who follow us know good and damn well. Me and April ain't got no kids. Who gonna do the shit we doing right now? Let's just get the fuck. Let's just be honest.
Even if you got kids, it ain't guaranteed.
It ain't guaranteed that they gonna want to live like how we live in here. They might be, shit. We live like how we live. If we had kids, our kids might be the first ones in the iPhone in the line for 3 days for the iPhone 24. I don't know. I can't predict this shit. I don't have no control over it. But what I will say is this: uh, don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to adjust. Don't be afraid to grow. And don't let nobody lock you in on something that with shit that you was doing in a moment or in a phase of what, even with this homestead and stuff, because it's people out here, man. You get locked into this concept, this idea, this whatever. To hell with that. Because truth be told, some of the greatest people who did more monumental things for the history of humanity, you damn near got to take AP history to even know who the hell they was. So you think African Dream is finna sit over here and give a damn about what you think I do 5 years from now, 6 years from now, hell, week after next. You crazy as hell. That being said, I'm gonna shut up. Give my man Eco Neighbor the flow to close out however he feel with whatever he want to say. If it's any mod still in here, 10. If you still in here, baby, will you please drop Gigi and Eco or whoever else available? Drop their link one more time, and I'm gonna let my man have the flow, and we gonna get out of here. Rob, where you go? Eco done froze up on me, family. He done went to Panama City. He said the hell with it. The live been long enough. Uh, Matter of fact, I think he headed to Dade County right now. Uh-oh. He done dropped off on me and just left me out. I see GG. He froze. He froze. He done went to Dade County. We were talking about iguanas and stuff. Rob, Eco got a Rob got an iguana sandwich on his mind, y'all. So I guess it's just me. I'm gonna give him a couple minutes, see if he come back, jump back in here. I said back. This is damn like Floyd. You know, he say bite. I'm sure in his mind he was like, Jay, I'm coming right back. Bite. A bite. Huffy. I love the Florida folk accent. People say Texas folk got accents. I don't really have an accent, but I do hear a lot of New Yorkers and Florida people and folk in Georgia. Y'all got accents for real. We really. Monica, not yet. I still got time. I'm gonna do a matter of fact, Monica, since you in here, I'm gonna show you something. This is what I'm gonna put them in. I ain't gonna put them straight in the ground. I already got it ready right here, and I got them right here. So, well, these the okra, but the whatchamacallit seeds, where my y'all, she talking about last night in Odom's homestead. Here, Monica, I got them right here. I got them sitting on the chair beside me because I'm gonna put them. I'm dropping them today. I'm gonna start them in a small container, and then I'm gonna get my cantaloupe popping. Monica, and if y'all wonder why I call her Monica instead of Mona, it's an inside joke. You should have been there. I'm sorry. Clutch my pearl. Man, AR Dizzle coming through one more again. Let me get AR Dizzle right and give my man a few more minutes. If he don't come back through, we gonna chop it up and call it a dub. Let me get ARD right real quick fast. That's George for you. That's George, and we're gonna hit him with the ha. Hit him with the ha. Yeah. Appreciate that ARD coming through showing love to the channel, man. And y'all make sure y'all check out Eco Neighbor. Check out Gigi. Teresa, I ain't seen you in a minute, baby. Thank you for being over here. We appreciate you. Miss Jones Truth. Miss Jones Truth, we went to the post office yesterday, and I think April gonna go back today. I haven't got no C's yet, but I'm gonna keep my eyes out for them. Jay, how much of your hold on, let me put this up here. Hold on, man. Jay, how much of your $37 can I get for $5? Carol, not much, because again, the class itself is free, Carol. It's the administrative fees that allocate and accrue cost. So yeah. Other than that, I mean, but reach out to me, man, because I was thinking about putting certain portions of the learning experience on layaway. So I might be able to get you started for about $4 if we can work out an agreement. I'm just gonna need your checking account, your account number, and your mother's maiden name and the last four of your social, and we can get that. We can get that popping. Okay, look here, man. My man look, y'all, man. Shout out to Eco Neighbor. It was a great live. I'm sure we'll talk later. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I ain't gonna eat y'all up. Man, that was dope. Why am I so dark? Why is this like how the way that it is? I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the glare back here. Hold on, let me scooch up a little bit. There you go. That threw it in a little better. African Dream Man, Curly Girl Man, cooked the man a meal. She is Sunshine. I was in there. I seen you in the comments. I couldn't watch all of it. I was like looking from a distance, so I couldn't read the chat, but I was busy and I was trying to like look over as much as I could. But yeah, I seen her. I seen her. That's right, AR Dizzle. Yeah, administration fees high as hell, baby. Yes, indeed. But man, I hope that everybody um walked away from this live with something. I hope y'all took something out of this. It's never to discourage nobody, but land ownership, having land, being out on your land is uh, a bigger deal than I think some folk think. Everybody ain't country. The worst person you can lie to is yourself. You feel? So be honest with yourself. You know, if you and it ain't nothing wrong with it. Hell, you didn't ask to be born when you were born or where you were born. If you were a city slicker and you know you were a city slicker and some parts of it seem cool, and it's like, oh, there's snakes out there, but you know, whatever. And you're like, oh my God, there's an opossum. I'll touch him. Man, your ass gonna have rabies and shit. Like, don't just stay in your lane. Just stay in your. I ain't saying don't buy land. I ain't saying don't invest. But if you think you finna be Ma and Pa Kettle or the whomever's from way back yonder when folks just decided upon a country rural life and took your ass out there and you getting bit by spiders and snakes and got ticks all on you and shit, and you coming back to the house, you know, skinning and grinning like it's all good, and you cough for the next 4 days, and they finally take you into town, and you know, not so great. Think about this kind of stuff. Find some of your family, find some friends, find some people who can learn you a thing or two before you venture out and uh, think it's all good when it really ain't. And uh, yeah, shit. I mean, go check out Gigi. Go check out Eco. Check out people. All it's other people, man. Check out all other people who have land. Talk about their land. They out here doing it and getting it for real, y'all. It ain't no cakewalk, man. It's not no cakewalk. Y'all see my man. Shit. It depends on where I'm going. I have to wrap my all of this. I got to wrap all this up. I ain't finna be out there in them bushes, in them trees, bumping, getting snagged. I come back cut up, scratched up, all kinds of stuff. Gotta wear long pants instead of short breeches. Cause I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get real out there. Plus, it's starting to get warm and all this water around here. It's everything from moccasins to rattlesnakes to shit. Y'all play games with each other. Don't play games with nature. Don't play games with nature. And when we was in Africa, for all the people who thought this was a game and I was just busting my chops and we were just whatever. No, baby. This is us. This is our people. This is real. And that's the whole point for being country in another country. With that being said, man, shout out again to Eco Neighbor. I'm finna get out of here, y'all. My brother, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you teach, all you show. You and Gigi, because at the end of the day, I play games, I joke around, but in all actuality, baby, I'm team both of y'all. I want to see everybody win. With that being said, man, this is African Dreaming, Fridayfavz. Shout out to Eco Neighbor for taking the time to kick it with us. And like I always say, you know what I'm saying? Until the next time I see y'all and y'all see me, I'm still gonna be here in the great state of Texas. In the great state of Texas, being country in another country. Peace.